Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's FN Hangout. I am the captain, your captain, RG3, bringing you the brand new FN Hangout. We are back, and we're back big time, big time. We've moved the studio from my home studio, and now we are in a pro studio. And today, what's cool is we have the whole crew with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, wild SJ. And over here on my other side, we have,
Crypto Pablo.
Crypto Pablo. And of course, the Woogie himself.
Is that what you go by, Crypto Pablo?
Today, yeah.
He does now.
Oh, today.
So we've upped the game, guys. We are bringing you a new studio. We're going to be able to have guests and bring more content, get more content creators in here. So if you're in Cali, look us up. Come check it out. Come be part of the show. This is yours. Where's the chat room? Oh, look, we can even see the chat room.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is still cool. Still alive. Yes, we are still alive. Let me say hello to everybody. Go ahead and scroll all the way up and let me see the chat room. Permission to come. Hold on just 1 minute there, sailor. Let's see. We'll see. So, hey, check my pulse. Great to have you. And who's that? Checks me pulse.
Checks my pulse, hit flex.
Benny the Blanco. Still alive. Yes,
from the Bronx.
Are. And then who else we got in there? We've got, that's it. Good to see you on another Friday. Yes, we're back, and we're back on Fridays, and we're going to be streaming every Friday from here, from the Hive, where we do a lot of charitable work for the R.S. Griffin Foundation, helping them mail out doodle pads. And there's Tam Tam.
Tam Tam.
Hello, hello, hello. We've got Tam Tam in the house. Taurus, table talk. I thought it said tablet talk.
He'll be talking about tablets.
Tablets. We're all going to be talking about tablets. Susie, we love our captain. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. We love you too.
Hi, Susie Q.
Susie's been out here multiple times helping us get tablets out. And I want to say thank you to all the Hexicans who got up off of their asses during this bear market and came in here and licked and stick tablets and helped us mail them out and get them into the hands of people who might click on the
links. Go to the links. Pulsechain.com.
We are still working on that. Live on 2 platforms. Are we live on 2 platforms?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're on multiple platforms, I think, right?
I think YouTube, Twitch, and X.
Nice. YouTube, Twitch, and X. So if you watch any of those, you can see us there. Thicker glasses. No, these aren't thicker glasses. I guess it's just the camera angles and whatnot. No.
Same.
Camera adds 2 lenses.
So let's go over everybody and let everybody know who Crypto Pablo is here. He's been helping us on everything. We so when the tablets come in, they come in on a big ship with a sea container, and that sea container is loaded with close to 220,000 doodle pads. So that's a lot of doodle pads. And I think Pablo's been on just about every one of them, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So all those sea containers that have come in, Pablo's come out here and helped us offload. Now, guys, we offload 1,600 crates or boxes of doodle pads by hand. And so we've got to get everybody out there, unload these things, get them done in a certain amount of time so that we can get that driver out of there so he's not charging us hourly for sitting there waiting. And then we have to stack them, and we stack them all the way to the ceiling. So we've got ladders and tall guys like Mr. Wu over there, standing up on the boxes and the ladders, putting those things up.
What would we do without Wu?
We wouldn't do much without Wu. By the way, everybody, he is also the new first mate here on the ship, steering the ship, making things happen, back and forth with the cameras and all that good stuff. Because now we have multiple camera angles and multiple people, and multiple microphones, and we're like real big time now. It feels different.
The producer's got a producer.
And the producer's got a producer.
The best.
Thank you, Will.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
So we've gone legit. We have a legitimate ship now. It's not just me out there blasting cannons on my own. We've got a whole crew here making things happen. And so anyway, the tablets. So we had to move all the tablets into storage, and then we needed to cut costs. And we moved from one storage where we had already put them all and moved them into another storage.
Much larger.
A much larger storage.
Much more cost effective.
How did we end? Oh, that's right. Because we consolidated them all into cheaper storage and gave us space here because we were literally like blowing out the space here and we couldn't hardly even
We had
move.
storage units full of them, and then we had our own warehouse was full of them.
And the warehouse is where we do all the licking and sticking and boxing and crating and all that stuff. So we didn't have any room to move these things around. So it's been, a task over the last month. We've moved all the tablets into a different storage facility. And now we're solid, we're good. And we're ready to start mailing these things back out again.
Yeah.
And we're looking at different methods of doing so. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But let's introduce everybody. Pablo, tell us a little bit about yourself. This is like your first time on the FN, right? No, you've come on the FN before, right?
No, first time.
Oh, this is your first time streaming ever?
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Well, I've done some stuff on
He's
my
a content
own.
creator, folks.
Yeah, do you tell everybody what you do, or do you want to keep that incognito?
I guess on my free time, I am a transformation coach. So I'm a certified hypnotist. So I do put some content out there about mental health, and that's important for me.
Love that.
Yeah.
Stay away from me.
The more healing, the better. But I like a year ago, I remember seeing you and SJ on TV, and to me, you guys were a little famous. And then I went to the Pulse Chain conference, and I met you in person. I'm like, oh, those are the people on TV. And then this great opportunity came, and I was living in San Diego already. I was like, oh, perfect. They're not that far. Mm-hmm. And then I got to work with you guys, and man, the people that I've met in the Pulse Chain community, everybody that's come through here is just very like-minded and just very warm, loving people.
Yeah, we've got a good crew that show up, and I mean, it's volunteers. They come here, they volunteer, they give of their time. We obviously nobody gets paid because it's a nonprofit, but we feed everybody, and that seems to be enough.
Yeah,
and it's like, whew, I'm glad they'll do all that work just for a hamburger or something, right? But it's been the Hexicans that have showed up. I mean, we've had Hexicans come from all over the world, from different countries. We've had Hexicans local, Hexicans from all over the country. And it's just been amazing to see how much help we get. Because, I mean, when we get one of those containers in, and, it's one thing to lick and stick and do all the stuff that we do around here. And, we've all been here by ourselves, working late at night, doing stuff like that. But when you got to unload that container, you can't just have 2 or 3 people here. Mm-hmm. You got to have an army of people here. And we get... Every time we've come to, the least amount we've had here is probably 10 or 11 people, maybe.
It was like 6 or 8 one morning, and then people started showing up.
Yeah, all the young bucks showed up at noon when we were just about done. Yeah, I remember that. It was a bunch of old guys out there moving the tablets. There was 5 of us, and then the younger folks showed up, and
but still,
are you calling me old?
You weren't there.
Oh,
it's the best of the best, in my opinion. Like, the people that come through here are probably the most dedicated, the most hardcore, Hexicans that exist.
Yeah, we've had a good crew, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who's come out and helped us and did something during the bear market and did something for your bags, and it doesn't go unremembered. We will remember all of you, and we appreciated all the help. And now we've got these things on the ground. We've got over 1 million units here, and now we're working on methods to get them out. Trial and error, doing everything that we can. Look, it's about education, and we've got to find out what the best way is to get these things out there in front of people so that we can twist them, turn them, aim them to the education, because that's what it's really all about, is getting people educated on what DeFi is. Because the loudest voices right now are telling you to go centralize. They're telling you to go big bank. They're telling you to, help them to push that narrative to bring institutional money into crypto, which is what we were all fighting against when we first started this thing. I mean, I don't understand. I just don't get how everybody in crypto has forgotten about that. And maybe we've lost the old guard. Maybe people have just given up. I know that the Bitcoin maxis and the old wallets sold out to the banks. Thank you, maxis. We appreciated that, giving them the power and all of your crypto. That was really a smart move. And now they're trying to take it all over. But we have DeFi. We have a true DeFi platform, and that's what we got to educate people on. I mean, we have precedent. We beat the SEC. We're fighting other battles elsewhere in the space for DeFi, and the more and more we win, the more and more we become decentralized. The more and more things that Richard Hart puts out there, the better this ecosystem's getting. I mean, we have the tech, we have everything. We have everything that we need, and it's about messaging and getting the word out and educating people. Now let's move over to Wild SJ and tell everybody what's going on, because you used to work behind the scenes mostly. Obviously, Pulse Chain Tour. Yeah. Traveled the whole United States, traveled the world, drove your bus around the country. Beep, beep. And then, of course, produced the show here at Discourse Syndicate for the last year straight, at least the last year, maybe two.
At least a couple years, yeah.
It's been 2 years. Yeah. So now you're in the show, sitting in front of the camera.
Wow. It's amazing. It's really been an amazing journey, honestly, just from starting with SciVive to going on the Pulse Chain Tour and then starting to produce, and just all the little things that I've been a part of. And I'm really grateful that this is the path that has been chosen for me. I just would have never thought 5 years ago that I'd end up being in this kind of place doing these kinds of things. So it's really fantastic. And the tablets, I was actually just talking today, I'm taking a course with Whitney Magic and another teacher named Jamie about money. And I was talking about how fortunate I feel that I've been able to spend the last few years and even before I got into crypto, I was of the mindset that I wanted to not work for anyone else and do something that I really enjoy doing. And I feel very purposeful in everything that I've done and am doing at this point. And the tablets is a huge part of that, right? Like, just the fact that I get to, like, it's been interesting, the evolution of the communication and the education pieces that I've provided, because I'm such a people person. Like, I love being in person with people. So to have now like a physical object to be like, hey, here's this thing, right? Like, we get people that come by here all the time because we're in a business center. So there's other businesses around us, and especially like our neighbor. Like, a lot of the people are just kind of hanging out, sometimes waiting, and they just pop in. They're like, hey, what do you do? Most of them think we sell marijuana.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other neighbor. Never mind.
Oh my God.
Let's not talk about the other neighbor.
Anyways.
I want to talk about the other neighbor.
So anyways, people pop in and they wonder what we're doing and what we're up to. And I would say a good 75% of the time, 100% of the time, they're stoked to get a tablet. 75% of the time, they are interested in crypto and they want to know more, and they've heard of a thing or two. So it's awesome because I get to, hand them this device and say, hey, like, there's some information on here. Half the time I'll write like my @ or my Gmail address on the back and just be like, if you really are interested and you have questions, here's my email. Like, I'm more than happy to explain a little bit more about what we're doing here. So it's just really great. Like it's a really awesome opportunity.
And I think we've even onboarded a couple of those.
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah. At least a couple for sure.
Yeah.
So speaking, just another update I wanted to give real quick, because we were talking about the tablets and where they're going and what's happening with them real quick. Crypto Coffee just spent the last 7 days at ETH Denver handing out hundreds of them.
Yeah, we shipped a whole pallet of devices, doodle pads to him over at ETH Denver, and he set up a booth. He's been hanging out and passing out tablets and talking to people. And he said he's really good reception, not like some of the events that we've been to where we had to almost get in fights and everything else. But we've gotten into a couple of tusses with some people at the Bitcoin events.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you weren't there.
No, I want to share one thing. I just want to share one thing that he said. He said that the two comments he's heard over and over again were, "Oh, these are so cool. I'm going to grab some extra for my kids." And this one I like. It's the coolest swag of the entire event.
Woo!
Yeah.
Dog it.
Yeah. So people are just like, a lot of them are just like, what do I have to do for this? You know? Because a lot of times when you're doing swag, right, you have to like scan a QR code and do a thing. And we kind of want to take that into consideration. You know, there is a QR code that you can do a thing to get the tablet, but like you don't, like we're going to give you the tablet anyways. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do the thing to get the tablet. So it's maybe
we're working on
gotta
some
change
stuff.
That. Yeah.
We're working on
We
some
could have
stuff.
told them they had to move some boxes.
Got to move boxes in order to get a tablet.
Yeah. So that's who I am. That's where I've been. That's where I'm going. I don't know.
And by the way, she is running the show here in the office and, you know, handling receipts, making sure bills are paid.
It's my least favorite.
Making sure everyone's fed.
Making sure everybody's
I just made
fed.
burgers for
Making
everybody.
sandwiches.
She takes care of us.
I do.
She made cheeseburgers tonight.
That's right. You guys do the dishes and take out the trash. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And she made cheeseburgers. And we moved the boxes because you don't move too many boxes.
I move a few boxes.
Yeah.
There's some.
And you make sure we have snacks and
Yes,
waters and
I'm the
drinks.
It's really all about
crafty
food, isn't it?
And then she'll order lunch for us when we're all done. So yes, you've done a fine job, and the stuff you do in the background, I can't even thank you enough or
It's more than
explain
food.
to
I
everybody
take
what
it
she
back.
does.
You could pay me double.
You can get double.
Double what?
Zeros. So now, last but definitely not least, the crew member over there running the helm, the Woo.
What's up, guys?
Tell everybody what's
Woo-Gee.
happened to you, Woo, and why you're even here.
Where
I
did you
don't-
come from?
I try not to give too many details,
Okay.
but I'm out here at the Hive producing with my new fam. We've been 7 days a week building this thing. So I haven't been making much content recently, but I'm going to get back to. My goal this year is to somehow go viral in one way or another, and that includes a lot of things that are content that have nothing to do with crypto whatsoever. And SJ and I were talking about it earlier. A lot of people who only do crypto content, that's fine, but some certain people out there are complaining that we're in an echo chamber and we're just talking to ourselves. Those people should figure out what their passion is outside of crypto and do that and sprinkle crypto into that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my plan this year. Once we get dialed in and on a schedule.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Woo-Gee Gang.
Yeah. and
So the Woo-Gee Gang thrives in red candles. So I need to get locked in with these guys, and we need to start making some content because this is for whatever reason we are the inverse of market conditions. We get the noisiest when it's red,
Oh, yeah.
and
Well,
it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Shout out Dero.
Shoot back up to the chat room. There was somebody was asking about tablets. I want to go ahead.
Oh
and
yeah,
address
yeah. I
that
want
real quick.
SJ to answer this one.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are shipping out of the country. However, no. Yes.
If you buy them
Yeah, of course. If you buy them, but we
and pay for shipping.
and I'm sorry, Australia, but you guys are the most
It's
expensive.
the most expensive to send to Australia.
Costs.
Is there a certain reason for that for Australia?
As far as
It's a big island and it's far away.
yeah.
Okay.
DeFiDoodles.com is where you can buy them and pay for shipping.
Yes.
Here's the thing is we've sent out pallets to different places, mostly in the States, well, only in the States for the pallets. And it's just not cost effective. It's also not necessarily mission effective, right?
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of people out there doing great things. It's been really awesome to get the community on board and see, the different ways that people have placed these in different places. Right now, though, we're just kind of dialing it back and taking inventory of what's working, what's not working, because we're a nonprofit, y'all. Like it's not easy. Even with the sales of the tablets that we have sold, like it's not covering the cost of us shipping pallets to people all over the States at this point.
Yeah.
So there is a form to sign up for that. We're gonna go through that very slowly and very methodically and find out, okay, where does this make sense? Where does it not make sense? We also have to make sure that we have them on hand for events like ETH Denver that we just did, big crypto events, right? Places that we are going to see people that we know are a little more interested, right? Versus just like sticking them on the doors of every single apartment or sticking them at a restaurant, which, you do never know, right? But I know it seems like we have a lot, and we do, but in the grand scheme of things, like we want to be strategic.
We want to be effective with them too. So it's about using the tablets themselves as an onboarding tool. So what we're working on is how can you hand this to somebody, follow up and follow through with them and get them onboarded. Yep. Putting the tablet in their lap is one thing, but following up, following through, getting them to the website, getting them to the information, and then making a reason for an onboard. So we're working on that right now, and that's what we'd like to do, because when you put these tablets, on somebody's doorstep, they show up. But 99.99% of the time, when anybody sees a .com anywhere, they don't go to it. Whether it's on somebody's car or on a billboard or on a boxing ring or even on a tablet sitting in your house for a month, 2, 3. People don't do that typically. So we've got to figure out how to get these into people's hands where they can use the device to get it into somebody's home and be able to follow through and get them into DeFi, show them what DeFi is all about, educate them, and get them onboarded.
Yeah, download a wallet, buy some Pulse.
Download a wallet, buy some Pulse, and maybe there can be some kind of return on that, and make it worth everybody's while to go out there and blast these things. So that's what we're working on right now, so that we can get some real data, some real metrics, and see some real success in the form of green candles, because we haven't seen that. We've put a lot of these things. We've basically thrown these things on everybody's lawn that we could throw them on, and we haven't seen any real data come back that has shown that it's moving the needle. We've obviously haven't seen green candles. And we've mailed out well over 100,000 of these.
Yeah, close to 150,000.
150,000 of these things. So we did get some really cool engagement on Twitter. That was nice, seeing the negative, comments, the positive comments, all that stuff. But how much is it moving the needle? It's one thing to be like a whole bunch of Hexicans saw it and it's cool, but we're already onboarded. So we need these to be in front of people who are going to get back to the person that brought it to them and then get onboarded. So we're working on some things there, and hopefully we'll see that come out real soon here, so we can be more effective with these doodle pads.
So right now it's like about brand awareness.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that was a thought that I had while he was talking about it. It's if not onboarded, right? The cool thing is there's something that people are not throwing away. They do think it's cool. It's going to hang out in their house, right?
Yep.
As we move through our inventory, right? We still have a lot that are non-magnetic, and those are the ones that we're kind of doing a lot of the testing with, right? But once, we get to the magnetic ones, put them on your fridge, like have them in so many different places. And, like once there's more news about crypto and undoubtedly about us. I mean, you guys, our ecosystem is like no other. Our community is like no other. I love that quote. And I say, I don't have it with me, but over and over again, I'm going to say it. We have everything. We've got everything. The legal clarity, the flawless code. It's just a matter of time before we are being spoken about big time in the crypto world. So,
Yep. Exactly. Run the comments down. Let's see what we got up there.
oh, by the way, FN, you can send any food you want from that deli.
Yeah.
Love you, friend. Thank you.
Shout out Sandy Beach.
Hey, my lady. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
KD, my guy.
What up, Katie?
Closer than we think.
Yeah, we've got like 6 people here this evening hanging out here at the Hive, just helping us with stuff. We're building new sets. We're making things happen. Let's see. I put crypto magnets on my car when I do autocross, trying to reach outside the bubble.
It's your
Hi,
bestie.
Briz.
That's
Who, me?
No, him.
Oh.
Briz.
Yeah.
Briz and RG.
my,
They're tight like tigers.
my little buddy. Yeah, my little buddy. Yeah, it's just we've got to do everything possible and just keep doing everything possible. And versus, I mean, I know a lot of people are out there complaining and crying and Richard this and Richard should do that and Richard should do this. No, you should get up off of your ass and go do something.
Mhm.
Come here and help us. We've had people come out here and stay with us for a week
Or
at
months.
a time or months. We had a whole family brought their RV,
Shout out Hex Farmer.
parked their RV and camped,
yeah.
and then he would come in and work with us for the day and then go back out to his RV with his family and hang out and stuff. And yeah, it's make a vacation out of it or whatever.
We've had some loyal people come through here.
Yeah. And Hex Farmer has been just phenomenal. He's been here every day for a while now, and he's been helping us out and doing just about everything around here. I mean, there's always trash to be picked up, toilets to be cleaned, food to be made, stuff to be stocked, stickers to be licked. There's all kinds of stuff that needs to be done here. And so yeah, come by and volunteer some time.
You can meet Winchester.
Yeah, you can.
Oh boy. So there is a cat that lives here now.
He's on the thumbnail, everyone.
And he's a unique cat. He's a very, very large kitten. He's only like 5 months
6.5 months.
6.5 months
But he's
old.
gigantic.
He's already bigger than like most full-grown cats. Like he literally that big.
He's going to be huge.
And he's an asshole. He's literally.
How dare you?
He would
They
kill
are.
every one of us if he was the size.
He looks at you like he's going to kill you. And
That's not true.
yes, he does.
Oh,
Yes, he does.
my bad.
He's got an attitude, and he's the ship's cat. But it's cool. Luckily, I mean, I'm allergic to cats, but for some reason, he hasn't bothered me.
Because
So.
he's a Siberian cat and they're hypoallergenic. I'm also allergic
blah, blah,
to
blah,
cats.
blah, 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 whatever. So anyway, yeah.
He's
So I'm not having problems.
He's really cute.
with allergies. Yeah, he's fluffy.
You were about to say it, dude.
I'm not really a cat person. But anyway, he's cool. I like big dogs.
Whatever. I saw you cuddling him the other day.
Yeah, whatever. I never cuddle that cat. Okay, let's see. What's behind the curtain? Behind the curtain?
Ooh.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
But hey, if you come out here to the Hive one Friday night, we'll be streaming here, running the FN Hangout on Friday nights.
Conversation.
I'll answer that. We go back to
Which
that.
one's that?
Suzy Q. Yes, we have actually. So there is a QR code that asks you to send in your doodle art. And gosh, I'm trying to remember where I feel like it maybe the RS Griffin account posted something about it. If not, maybe the RS Griffin account should post about it. There have been submissions. People have actually sent us their doodle pad artwork. And I would say we've got like 50 to 60 responses through
Nice.
through that form. So
I've seen some of the art. It looks good.
Some of it's also ridiculous.
So
Luckily, no dicks yet. Surprisingly,
That's
every
unbelievable.
I know.
every pad
I'm
I
waiting
got in the
for it.
beginning, the test pads when they were coming in before we started, every one of them had a dick on them.
I wonder
Who
why.
did that?
Well, I guess it was who was sending them. But yeah, we had all the prototypes that we were getting in the beginning. They were all coming in with dicks painted on them. But anyway, how juvenile.
So thanks for asking, Susie.
Nothing's going to move the needle to this fiasco that's happening with the monetary world.
Who?
Mwah, mwah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Chinese New Year. You got to be positive.
Look, you can sit back and complain or go do something about it, you know?
Yep.
And you got to live in this world. The world has been through many ups and downs. We've been through great depressions. We've been through scams and governments collapsing and wars and all this stuff. It's bad shit's going to happen. But good shit doesn't happen until good people start making noise and doing the right
Ew.
things and being positive and continuing to move on, even when half the world doesn't want to, or is fighting with each other, or is talking shit or whatever. You know, it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to make the world a better place? What are you going to do to make crypto a better place, to make this ecosystem a better place? Are you going to sit there and cry and complain and whine and bitch and moan and piss yourself in a fucking corner and
You
hide?
little bitch.
Or are you going to do something? We've done something every single day during these whole last few years of bear market. Every day, whether we were traveling the world or streaming or studying for something, or, you know, building a foundation to hand out doodle pads, unloading boxes, licking stickers, whatever it was, we did something, you know, and
Removing labels with hair dryers.
removing labels with hair dryers. I was like, okay, we got to get these labels off. So I'm like, okay, let's go to Harbor Freight. We'll get a couple of $9 freaking heat guns. I come back and we've got a whole bunch of Conair freaking hair dryers.
Shout out
And people are,
Freedom 777. That was his idea.
people are, yeah.
It
Anyway.
worked though.
Yeah, but a heat gun would have just been like,
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what a heat gun's for.
Yeah. Anyway, and then I'm at Harbor Freight for like $9, and those hair dryers were probably like $15-$20 a piece.
They weren't that much.
We can laugh about it.
SJ,
now.
is this true?
Yeah. Excuse me?
Sir
Aww.
Winchester probably likes everyone except
Poor kinetics.
poor kinetics. No, Sir Winchester hates everybody unless you're the one that's feeding him. Then
Yeah,
he's like
Me.
rubbing on your legs and doing that meow thing. And
It's true.
And then he's nice for 2
He can
seconds.
sit. He knows tricks. He will come when I call his name, and he will do sit. And every now and then he'll stay. Every now and then.
and he has a vest with a leash. He goes on walks with a vest and a leash.
We go on hikes. It's great. It's amazing.
And he hates the beach.
He hates the beach. He hates the ocean.
He used to love the beach.
He
and
didn't,
now he
I mean,
hates
I don't
it.
think he loved it. He just tolerated it.
He was
Remember when
just
he was excited
struggling
about
with being
walking?
alive.
He was walking away from the beach that one time we were all out there. So that's why he was so excited about walking on the leash. He was like, okay, cool. Get me away from this gigantic water.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought he was vibing.
Nope. He was like, get me away from the big, vast, deep ocean. He can't, he trembles. He literally trembles in my hands when I've taken him to the beach like, I don't know, 7-8 times now. Every time it's the same thing.
He
can't-
dives his head into your arms.
Yeah. Like, please, no, please.
Oh, brother.
RG.
Yo. Let's see. Captain, brother, I've been busting my ass. You guys know me well. I may have been in the shadows, but I have stopped speaking about Pulse Hex and Pulse Hex.
It's Robert Killer.
Oh,
It's a
Robert.
homie.
Yeah, call us up, man. It's whatever you do, it's okay. You got to do you.
Yep.
You know, and whether you're out there crying, whatever, you know, whining, complaining, fudding, whatever, it's okay. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you do. But if you want to change the world, if you want to change things, then you got to go at this thing with a positive attitude. You know, nothing's going to change until you do. And that's what we got to do. We got to change things. And it takes everyone. And you got to do your part, you know? And,
Or walk away and put your feet in the grass.
yeah,
If you need
if
to.
you got to go walk away and put your feet in grass, go do that.
I think some people need to do that sometimes.
I need to be in the trenches all the time. I need a
Maniac.
machine gun to charge. I got to go. I got to keep going. I can't sit back and, you know, curl up in a corner and piss myself. I can't do that. I don't care how bad it is. I need to move forward.
You just got
And-
mogged.
Yeah, I got mogged.
No, not you. You mogged everybody.
Oh,
crawl in a corner and piss myself. That's like 90% of what we see now.
yeah. And again, that's okay. If that's who you want to be, that's okay. But don't try and hide it. Don't try and hide the fact that you're sitting in a corner, pissing yourself, being a little bitch, crying about it. Instead, go out there and talk about what crypto's doing and go do the right thing. That's what Richard did. He just kept building good shit. He just kept building DeFi while everybody else was crying about him not being on video for whatever goddamn reason. I mean, he's building shit for you. He's making DeFi better. You should be out there talking about how much better DeFi is now. That's what we should be doing. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Or how exciting ProveX is.
How exciting ProveX is going to be.
Stoked. Very excited about
what that means to crypto. And, look, regulatory is going to get better for us. It just is. We've got an administration that has allowed us to stick our foot in the door finally. Like, we were closed out. They locked the door behind us and they were coming after us. Now they've backed off. They've opened the door and we've been able to stick our foot in the door. Now, it ain't perfect. By no means is it perfect. The institutions, the banks, Bitcoin, it has been taken over by the big corporations, the people that we were fighting. But now we've got to talk about DeFi. We've got to talk about what that means for the world, because I think things are going to change. I really do think things are going to change. And when people do finally get crazy, wild, excited about crypto again, they're going to see what a shit show it is. And we've got the solution for that. It's not about those ETFs. It's about DeFi. It's about what we have, because this is what the white paper was about. This is Satoshi's vision. This is what he wanted to see, was DeFi, not that crap that they're trying to sell to everybody right now. And here, we've got it. Now we got to educate. We got to get loud. We got to go out there. I've been singing the same song for years now. I've been telling everybody that if we don't get out there and do it, nobody else will. And that's on us. That's on this community. We've got the smartest, the hardest driven, the most talented people in all of crypto.
Accurate.
And we've got to go out there and do it. And I can't say enough about my crew here. I mean, my crew and the Hexicans that have come to climb aboard this ship and help out every now and then, man, just freaking stellar people. And they're all pumping your bags if you're in. They're pumping your bags. I say that to them all the time. We're throwing boxes, right? And everybody's beat the hell up. It's getting late in the afternoon. Like, the boxes are moving a lot slower. Everybody, all the old guys' backs are creaking. The young guys are sweating. And it's just, I keep telling, I motivate everybody by just saying, you're pumping your bags, guys. Every box you throw is pumping your bags. And that's what it's doing. You got to just get out and do something. Get out and do something. Or, curl up in a corner and piss yourself if that's what you want to do.
Visual. Jesus.
Yeah, I've met a lot of selfless people. And I'm sure there's people out there that, is not within close proximity that wish they could be here. But
yeah,
it's been great.
I saw a friend in the chat I wanted to give a shout out to and show off this wonderful hoodie right here. What up, D Junior? This is a wonderful pulse chain hoodie. You can get it at hexfashion.store. Go there and get you some awesome gear if and when you can, because it's drippy. I mean, look at this. Look at that, Steez. Totally Steezin'. Thanks. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Winchester tried to knock a glass bottle on my head as I passed by him. I don't think he likes me. Yeah, it's probably
alone.
true.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a lot, Briss, to like you. So,
oh my God.
The cat
So mean.
is only one.
He tries to kill me in my
Briss.
sleep sometimes.
Who, Briss?
I would hope not. No, the cat. He's attacked me once or twice. While I'm
He's
sleeping.
attacked everybody once or twice.
While you're sleeping?
Oh, well, I mean, we don't.
Maybe I know
in
we
my
don't all
dreams.
You
sleep
do take
around
naps.
him. Yeah, we do take naps. We'll lay on the floor or lay on we've got a couch out here.
This studio is like a it's like a deprivation tank. There's no light. There's no sound.
Everything's black.
It's
Everything's
beautiful.
yeah, it's wonderful. It's a great place to take a nap.
Yeah, it's really cool. The studio came out nice. It's we took a small space here, and we took all my equipment from. Hey, Hex Monkey, what's up, dude?
What up, monkey?
Everything about this deal is awesome. The only thing that sucks is market prices, but that will change.
It'll change.
Yes, it does suck, bro. It does suck, but it will change.
I was watching Pulse Ray Vision. Sorry, his name has changed. Formerly Hex Ray Vision last night for a few minutes, and he was talking about sentiment and how opposite it is, right? Like when you think that everything's awesome and the euphoria is hitting, and that's when you need to sell, and that's when the bear market's going to start, right? And conversely, like this is what the beginning of a bull market should feel like, right? It's like the absolute depths of despair. That's when the bag pumping, we're all hoping for it.
Thanks for pumping my bags, guys.
You're welcome.
Well, we've been working very hard for the last 2 years, but we've only either somebody's been letting the air out the other side of the bag as we've been pumping it or something. But I can't say it's been effective, but we're doing something. Yeah. And, the way I see it is, it's going to take a viral moment. Virality comes from, you never know where it's going to come from.
Do you really think it's just going to take one viral moment and suddenly the winds change?
Well, it could be like a domino effect. You could have, one viral moment after another that kind of coincide with one another. And then, it starts going as things start moving, as markets start moving. And we've also got to remember that, the last cycles that we saw, big pumps, were retail pumps. Yes, there was always some element of institutional money kind of coming in and moving the needle. But, this time was different. All of that OTC trading that I was talking about before BlackRock announced that they had all their crypto, was going on. And that made this cycle different. And I think that the 4-year cycle thing could be possibly changing or is over. I don't know which one it is, but
I don't know about over, but definitely changed now that they're manipulating the market.
Yeah, well, I mean, the market's always been manipulated. Let's just face facts.
Not the Bitcoin market, though.
It's always been manipulated.
At the beginning.
It's always been manipulated. It's the most manipulated market on the planet. Yeah. Crypto is, I mean,
it just moves similar to the other manipulated market now.
Project that has come out, these meme coins and everything has all been manipulation, has all been, just pump and dump garbage like we see all the time. Because people aren't in it for the tech. They're in it for the pump. They're in it for the green candles. And, that's unfortunately this market. And the talking heads out there haven't helped. We've always been talking the same narrative. And that narrative is don't trade, don't get into the stupid stuff with the charts and all that bullshit. Get in, hodl, get into something that's got, good metrics, that's got good tech, that is going in the direction that crypto is supposed to go. And remember, crypto was supposed to give us our control of the money. It was supposed to give us control of our finance, to take it away from the banks. And what has crypto done? They've given it back to them. So if you want to be on the right side of history, find the most DeFi thing that's out there and get involved with it. And that's what we've done. So, so I'm going to quit beating the dead horse. Let's go ahead. Now, this is your FN Hangout. We're going to post the link inside the chat room right now. And anybody can join. That's what we do here. We've got some people in the green room that are going to come out of the bowels of the ship and come join us. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our friend Max Yabin. What's up, Max Yabin?
What up, Maxie?
And we've got Kathmandu.
Hey.
Hello,
What's
sir.
happening?
Hello.
And Ben, my son.
Well, Ben, my son, is myself when I was much younger, and I was actually going to ask, how can we just look at Ben and my son rather than my older version, just for clandestine hiding?
Yeah.
You see me? I'm not naked. I'm not joking around. That's when
Yeah. You're not naked. You're not joking around. So
Right now.
we can pull you down if you want, but I very much like the fact that you are of a certain age and joining us. So yeah.
I'm only almost 77, but I'm actually in that picture is the way I want to remain with my dog in my heart forever. That age and with my son forever.
Oh, that's awesome. And we have another one here. Taurus Table Talks joining us. What's happening, my man? How you doing?
Hello.
I'm doing well.
How are you?
Well. Good to see you.
Good. Your mic's real low.
It's real low, yeah.
Real low.
Is that better there?
Little bit better.
All right, here, I can turn it up more, I think.
There we go.
You're using what sounds like my Sci-Vive voice as well.
Is that better there?
Not really.
Better?
Not,
Not really.
You're just very soft-spoken.
You just got to
true.
bark.
It's quite soothing.
Yeah, it's good for ASMR.
Oh, I tried that once.
Come listen and go to bed.
all right. So how's everybody doing? Anybody got something they wanted to come in here and talk about?
Apparently, the Interpol assault charges are no longer.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
What was that?
The Interpol assault charges got dropped on all the websites.
Oh,
So it's like super official
As of when?
as of yesterday.
all charges. Okay.
No.
Just
The assault charges.
just
were
the
dropped.
assault charges.
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like officially on any place where it's mentioned, the assault charges have been removed now.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Chris, what is the Benner chart? Does anyone know? The Benner chart?
Oh, is that the chart? Is that the chart that has the spiky spikes?
Yeah. The better chart is that it's a global, seasonal, yearly.
Yeah, because
decade.
if I'm thinking of the right chart, it's like the 369 part of it is 2026. Like, let's see. That is it BTC?
No, it's not a
Yeah.
BTC chart.
It's just a chart. There's no
just a chart.
BTC involved.
That's it right there. The Benner cycle.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar.
Yeah.
That one. That's click on the one that's below that. That one somewhere if you can find it. Yeah, that one right there.
So
See where
need to
like the
cast.
2026 is circled. We're gonna bring that on up.
You guys have some feedback, he says.
Who?
Really?
Oh,
I heard a little bit of
I
it.
can hear it too.
It's this headphone rack.
No, it's something that we're talking about something else. You can hear it. Click.
Oh, it's
No,
maybe
I think it's
somebody else.
Kathmandu's,
Yeah, somebody
like,
else's.
mouse, the scroll wheel. I think that's it.
He was muted though, and I still heard it.
No, I didn't hear it when he was muted, but when he's not muted, I hear it.
Oh,
It's not what we want.
Let me do a test on my end, okay? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yeah.
your end sounds great.
Okay,
I
but
think it is.
when
No,
I
what
hear
they're saying
you
is
guys,
that
I've
It's
got
somebody's
really-
headphones are coming back in.
There you
Okay,
go.
Prisology.
Yeah, here we go.
Here it is.
There's your Benner cycle.
Well, may I interject regarding something that's been on my mind in a positive note regarding the whole
Yeah.
idea? Okay, just a quick refresher. RJ and MJ, I'm the fellow that creates the, I created 3 short little vignettes using a software program called Wondershare. And I've been working on putting together a new, I'll just call it a rotating marketing idea, because we need marketing, and we don't have to beat that horse to death. We know what we need. And what I'm going to try to do is in this, I have this young vision of starting fresh with, we need new blood. And with new people, you've got to teach them right from the beginning, how do you buy Hex? I want to keep this simple, KISS, keep it simple, simple. And the first thing is teach young people or old grandfathers, this is how you buy Hex. All now in the last 4 years since we started going down in September of 23rd of 2021, it's been a downhill, but now we're at the rocky bottom. And my vision is that I want to try, and I need help, guys, because I'm not an onboarder. I'm a cancer and blood researcher. That's my life. That's my gig. But at the same time, I just know first things first, we need new blood. Okay. And how do we get new blood? We need a transfusion. Well, how do we teach new people or old new people how to even make the first step without having to try to dig up and find Crypto Coffee's fine explanations and videos on how to do it? We need a fresh start, my mind. Okay, the other idea that I have is up to me. I've got to fulfill my own mission. The mission I have is, I might be repeating myself, but I don't do these podcasts with anybody. I just talk to myself about my ideas. But I started buying and using covered calls back in 1995. And covered calls are a way of owning a stock and selling or buying an option on them. And some of the guys during RJ Max's conference, very fine conference, but he had 4 dudes in a section of his conference. And these gentlemen, and I got it right here on my phone. I videotaped on the phone what these gentlemen were talking about, and I'm going to incorporate that in one of my future, I hope in the next 4 or 5 weeks, one of my podcasts. What these gentlemen were talking about is, why can't Hex become an option? And these gentlemen were sharp. They understood how Hex could be. The way I interpreted it was how Hex could have legitimate longevity, not having 100x, 200x, 500x. I'd like to see Hex have a stable, not insane drops, leveling off. Okay, we go into a bear market after this future, whenever this future bull market should come. If we get to 20 cents, then not drop back to a penny. 20 cents to 15 cents, 12 cents. But the whole idea with options is people can make money with these options and make up for when the T shares were once paying me 7 hexes per T share that are now down to a hex and a half. I mean, I understand why Hart did what he did, but it don't feel good. Okay, that's a big. Okay, and I'm a professional, but I'm not afraid to call a spade, and I'm no racist, and I don't mean that in any kind of slick way. But I mean, RG, you and Kinetics and the dude from Wall Street, sharp guy, you guys worked hard on a program. I don't know what technically it's called right now, but I imagine that put a crimp in what you guys developed, because who's going to be interested in what you guys do right now? Because what you guys did, because right now, a penny, a hex and a half versus, while it was gaining steam when I first got in 2021 in May, it was paying just under 5 approximately. And then it gradually, until a year ago when he cut the inflation, I guess is the right term, he cut it to a penny, a hex and a half. So I think it needs something. Richard's got geniuses working with him, but these 4 guys in RJ Max's conference were the 4 geniuses that were hitting the nail on the head, that I'm thinking that what it needs, if options can be worked in. Give me 1 second. I got to grab a note.
Shout out RJ Max.
The note here is very simple. I've got it on my nightstand right next to my microscope. It says create hex institutional demand. It's right here. My point being is part of my advertising idea, because it goes back to 1995. If I may just keep my flow going for another minute. That's when I first started watching Joe Kernan and David Faber on MSNBC in the early mornings doing their TV money finance show. It was great. And at that time, I was a degenerate, high stakes a day trader. And my brother and I saw a commercial. He had his home in my place and myself watching the same commercial. And we both talked to each other that afternoon. And we talked about, did you see that conversation about options and whatnot? And we knew nothing about options. And so we investigated it more. We signed up for a course, and it was in our backyard in one of the fine hotels in a big conference room, and was teaching people about options. So we learned about covered calls, and covered calls allowed us to own a stock and to make money on that. We made shares on that stock, and now carry the same principle with covered calls. And again, create a hex institutional demand on Wall Street. It could be the first legitimate hex crypto coin that offers covered call options or any kind of options surrounding hex. And I just know that I'm going to be creating a stream trying to get Joe Kernan's attention on the Monday morning, on his on his weekly morning shows. And again, my whole idea is to get the institutional demand, get eyes on Hex's potential. And I'll say no more.
No, that's down the road. Obviously that's what we want to see is as many people wanting to invest get in. And I think really getting the average Joe in is what we really want. All this institutional money thing to me has gotten us where we're at right now with Bitcoin. We were screaming, they were screaming, institutional money. And well, here's the institutional money. And now they're getting ready to own the CBDC that we were all so scared of. And everybody's just applauding it. Like, yay, they're coming up with their own stable coins. And let's hope that they get to make interest off that stable coin. And, well, wait a second. Those stable coins are now controlled by the big institutions. And with a stable coin, now you have control of it. You can say, you know what, I don't like that guy's account, and I don't like him coming in and trying to trade it for dollars or trade it for anything else. I can shut it off. So we were so afraid of the government getting the CBDC that we let the institutions have it. And to be completely honest, neither of the two are any different. The institutions have been running the government for a long time, and now they just figured out a way to create the CBDC without calling it a CBDC. Now it's just called stablecoins. So I think that this is, if the revolution is going to happen, it needs to happen with the people, with the real people. When 14-year-old kids on their high school freaking, grounds are running around with an app buying hex, that's when we're going to see things start to move.
Kemendu, I'm muting you just because you got some feedback while you're not talking. I'm just going to keep you muted.
And I think that's what we need to do. Now, do I think institutions should be using hex? Heck yeah. I think that, any interest-bearing business, i.e. the insurance companies and whatnot, should be using hex as their reserves, as their interest-bearing accounts. I think that that's what should be happening. Now, at this point where we're at, we've had that interest, pushed down. However, every hex that you're making today, whether it's 1 hex or 1.5 hex or whatever. And maybe at one point it was 7 hex, almost 8 hex per T share. It's not valued at where it's valued at right now. If you're not cashing it out, it's valued at where it's going to end up. And that's another thing that people don't understand is that we're not dealing in dollars. We're dealing in crypto, and crypto moves. It moves up and it moves down. That's the downside. But the upside is that it moves up, and it always does. We are in an elongated bear cycle right now. Like I said, things are different. Things have changed. Things are odd. The economies of the world are in trouble and hurting. And the money is so screwed up that the average Joe is getting their asses kicked out there. And we don't have institutional money coming in. Let's face it, guys, the bigs bought. You know, I remember Richard a few years ago saying, hey, the richest man in the world bought Bitcoin, everybody. It's over. Everybody owns Bitcoin. It's not the asset anymore. Well, we forgot about one group of people or institutions was the banks. And now they bought the Bitcoin. So now it's really everybody has gotten into Bitcoin. It is not the asset that is going to move and shake anymore. Who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy it? Is the average Joe going to buy it and make anything off of it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Oh, God, here he is.
Hey, Briss.
What's happening, little buddy?
Yes. What do you mean is the middle class not going to buy Bitcoin? Of course they're going to buy Bitcoin. They're going to be forced to put it into their 401ks, and now they're going to be the ultimate long-term holders. They can't touch it until they're 68 and retired, and they're just going to keep accumulating it little by little. And RG3 bought Bitcoin way back in the day, and he had just a little bit of spare change left over, and it blew up into a big amount, hundreds or maybe thousands of dollars, and he still doesn't get it. He's like, fuck, I missed it. I fucking missed it. I got a shit talk.
I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, you did, and that's why you hate it so much.
I didn't miss
It's
anything.
no different than any other coin. There's only 21 million Bitcoins. That's it.
And when will those be mined?
For everybody
When will those
in
be mined?
California?
When will those be mined?
The United States.
When
or
will the 21
world?
million Bitcoin be mined?
What?
When will the 21 million Bitcoin be mined?
Like 130 years from now.
Okay, so that means that
Well,
there's
1
an
million
endless supply during your lifetime and your grandkids' lifetimes, right?
No, there is not an endless supply.
Yes, there
like-
is.
There's
It's gonna
less
keep
than
inflating.
20 million out there right now.
It's going to keep inflating
Yeah, by like tiny amount.
for 130 years.
There's only
Chris, do you want to,
21 million.
Let's
Only
let's
21
look at this.
million.
Let's look at this Brenner chart or whatever it's called, and then so we can take it off the screen. Briss, take it away.
Let's talk about your Brenner chart instead of your
Well,
Bitcoins.
Apparently, this chart was made a very long time ago. I think maybe 1875, as it says right there in the bottom right corner,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of points to the years that are time to sell, time to buy, and time to accumulate, and it's pointing to 2026 as the year to basically sell. It's saying, hey, 2026 is where you're gonna make that's the good times. And
then 2035 is next.
2034.
Well, that guy was doing drugs. He couldn't help himself, Mr. Brenner, or whatever this dude is.
But 2034 lines up with it's 1 year off of the 2033 Bitcoin happening, or is it 2032?
Hey, this is some chart from the 18th century. So what relevance does it really mean in the whole scheme of things? How's my sound, by the way? I tried to adjust my volume. So
Oh, yeah, better.
Is it all right?
Yeah, but I mean, everyone thought that
You could pull it down.
2025 Q4 2025 was going to be the year of the blow off top. Now it did happen, and which asset did that happen for? RG3, which coin went to $125,000 in Q4 2025? RG3.
What are you saying?
Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Why
was
did it do that?
Bitcoin?
Because you maxis sold it all to the banks.
Yeah, I'm
and
the
then everybody
maxi.
found out. Everybody found out that BlackRock owned their $1 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Everyone's
and
allowed to
then
buy
everybody
Bitcoin,
bought in.
even BlackRock.
And then what did they do? They sold it. They dumped it back down after it hit 120K. They dumped it back down to 70K.
This is science.
Yeah, if you believe CNN, if you believe the news, tell me you believe everything the news says.
That's right. Brissology believes in what is it you got there going on there?
Scientology?
Don't mock Scientology, buddy.
Catman, you said you're a cancer researcher. I was wondering what your thoughts on mitochondria being damaged as a source of reactive oxygen species that caused.
Well, let's take a U-turn here.
That sounds
or we could talk about crypto, whatever you guys want.
Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me in the
I want
first
to talk
place?
about mitochondria.
Wait, for that. But can you guys hear me in the first place?
I can hear you.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Well, I heard the words mitochondria, and I'm like thinking, what does that have to do with the price of hexicans?
That's what we all said. Max,
I tell you what, from
and
a
twist it
standpoint-
around and make a U-turn and go into health.
I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
Oh,
I
there you
think
go.
2026 might be
goblin.
the year of the pump, simply because we might be going to war, boys. Now, Trump is
you ain't going nowhere but your couch, bro. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
who's going to war, Briss?
I mean, I'm a keyboard warrior.
So let me ask you: is
I'll
it?
take you to
the
the range,
world
Briss.
goes to war in 2026,
I don't know if I can
you know they have to pump money to pay for that war. And
Oh boy,
Wall
here we
Street,
go.
the guys at Federal Reserve love war because they get to pump money, and that money gets into Wall Street, and now it's going to go into crypto, and that might be 2026. And 2026 is pointed on the Banner chart. It's all planned. It's all pre-planned since 1875.
Well, what's
You're absolutely right. There's been no wars in between 1875 and now, ever, including world wars.
World War I and World War II? A picnic?
Korea.
Well, obviously, none of us were there, so
No, I said
all we know is the
Federal
British.
Reserve likes to do war because that's when they get to print money.
I don't know. Governments have if you're talking seriously, then a lot of governments, they go to war in order to prevent revolutions in their own countries. So
Ever since the Federal Reserve was created, every war has been a banker's war.
So what would be the possibilities of getting the right people together that have knowledge, like my thoughts regarding options for Hex? I'm not interested in war. We can't control what these politicians and these bureaucrats are going to do. We just have to stay healthy. I only know one thing. As I get older, I'm more and more thankful for being alive and appreciating waking up every morning. And I look at my mom and dad and I say good morning. I look at them before I go to bed and I say good night and thank you for my life. And I at the same time, I got into Hex because financially I thought it could really be something. And had I not been confused about the staking and not staked, believe me, I would have sold off enough of my original purchase to at least have all my money off the table and have a boatload still riding. But I'm round tripping like everybody else in this world that we live in, except for the few guys that were original dudes that bought hundreds of millions of Hex. I was thinking about this, and seriously, what if all these mugs that are selling us down, beating us to death, looking at these death charts, they're not charts, they're death charts. If these guys just simply stop selling, what would the charts look like for the next day or two or three? No selling, because I'm not selling. I'm sure not any of you folks I'm looking at are selling, but somebody's selling just systematically, like their computers are on automatic sell, boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. All
But
5
some of
cores
the guys that are
sold.
doing the validator work,
Say what?
some of the validators are selling
Why?
because they're just getting pulse at zero cost.
They're making money.
Because that's what validators do on every single chain.
Yeah,
It's like
they
a
sell.
Bitcoin miner. You know, they got to sell to pay for electricity.
So
So
where do we come in with a some green candles?
No one knows.
Fresh.
Well,
pencil.
you
That's
talk
crypto.
about war bringing on a bull market. Okay, I don't want to buy into that. I just want to see a bull market without war. But if these dudes are the validators and these original G's, so to speak, they're selling because they're pissed off at Richard Hart and they got hundreds of millions and they don't care. They can make still good money for their life expenses on a daily, weekly, monthly balance. The fact is, we need new blood for excitement, and that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, we need new blood,
Smart
and that
option
means we've
code.
got to get out there and message. We've got to outbound message. We are too incestuous. We talk to each other all the time.
Yeah.
Look, Hexicans are in. They're already in. They're buying as much as they can. Friday when payday comes, I know a whole bunch of them that are, hey, I could put a little bit in. I could put a little bit in. We are a small group of people. We need the world coming in. We need to go out and educate. We need to get this in front of people. We need to market. We need to go and show people what DeFi is instead of this bull crap and talking about the damn Bitcoin shit that ain't working. The Bitcoin has sold out. It's owned by the institutions. They are still speaking the same narrative that my little buddy's talking about. They want you to go and buy that shit and trade it and do all that crap so they can take your money. That's what they've been
Briz, you
doing.
gonna let them talk to you like that?
We need to educate people about DeFi and quit talking about the old bullshit that don't work. Toasters are over. We got air fryers and microwaves now.
The only thing that worked this cycle was Bitcoin.
And we know why.
It's
because
named
Black
as
out
there
there a
in the
whole bunch of
press.
it, and they try to take it over.
You're upset at Bitcoin.
I am not upset. I'm upset that you guys don't know what crypto is supposed to be.
Okay.
You think it belongs to the banks
agree.
now, and you're happy with that. And
The
that's
banks
bullshit.
are allowed to buy Bitcoin. Okay, everyone is allowed to buy it.
No, they own it. They don't buy it. They own it. They own your stable coins. And all it's going to take is for 2 mining companies to merge, and they can fork that shit and make it what they want.
Okay, and how many times has that happened? And
It hasn't happened yet, but guess what? How many times have the institutions say that they're not going to buy Bitcoin, that it's a scam, that it's bullshit, that it's garbage, that you guys are stupid if you're buying that shit? And now what are they doing? They bought it all up. And who sold it to them? The
Because
fucking
they
Maxi
tricked
sold
you.
it to them.
They tricked
They
you.
sold you out,
you
everybody.
believed them.
They took
said
Satoshi
it's
and
bullshit,
kicked
and
his
you
grave and
believed
said,
it.
fuck you all.
You
We're done.
believed it, and so you stayed out of it, and they took all your Bitcoin from you.
The
Can I get back on the
cypherpunks
subject?
are dead. We are what's left.
126,000.
This ecosystem is what's left. Bitcoin
Max,
has
what were
been
you saying
taken
about
over.
mitochondria?
Kathmandu.
I gotta ask a
give
question. Skip the mitochondria. We're fighting for our lives right now. Mitochondria is the energy source of our lives. But what I want to ask is what you just said, RG3, regarding the validators are selling. Well,
No, I didn't say that.
RG3
well, I just want to ask, what
said it.
purpose is the
But
validator? What do they really do? I don't
They
understand.
they validate the
They
network.
secure the network.
They make the network. They secure it.
They make the network
And
run.
they don't have to sell. Validators don't have to sell to pay for electricity. It's a freaking little device. You could run 2,000 validators off of it.
That's
It
what I
doesn't
thought.
hardly suck any electricity. That's
But
Bitcoin
they
that does
do
that.
that.
Bitcoin takes freaking water and power and massive amounts of wasteful bullshit to make it work. It's garbage. It is absolute garbage.
Basura.
See,
Oh.
we're bilingual now.
Well,
We
hey,
need DeFi. We need validators. We don't need Bitcoin miners. It's unnecessary junk. Just because it has a name and it was first, thank you, Bitcoin, for bringing crypto to the stage. But go away. It's over.
yeah.
It's never going
Yeah,
away.
Briz.
Well, thinking back to 2021, I remember the days when it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Hex, E-Hex, not P like in poo-poo, but E like in elephant. and it was the number 3 on the charts. And that was exciting times. So that would be lovely. I don't mean that in kind of a Great Britain way, but a real nice way to see things. It would be really great to see it be number 20. Forget about 3, 2, 1. 20 would give me a rush. I'd smoke a joint in that number. Holy cow.
Well, it's number 201, right? Or number whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's always been
201.
sitting at 201 over
201
there,
is the
even when it
magic
was
number.
number 3.
No, excuse me, fellas. I took a photo this afternoon for the work I'm going to be doing in the near future. It was Hex 169 on the 100 to 200 on the chart. It was 169, up 11 from 11th, from 180 place.
I was probably
169.
Though.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you know, it had a green
What
day
did
for
Johnny
a
say?
while.
Throw his comment up there real quick. What's happening, Johnny? Everybody, Johnny Chaos.
What up, Johnny?
Can we get a shot? We've got your awesome
yeah. Is that
chandelier.
How do we do that?
Here, I'll
I can do it. Can I?
We've
Can I do it? Want me to touch it?
we'll show him a shot. So
Producer doesn't want me to touch anything.
Johnny Chaos, for everybody, he's an artist, and he makes the most incredible masks, and he has people that do work for him, and he made me this. He got me this chandelier,
Dragons.
and he makes dragons and everything else. And the studio looks freaking wonderful with your chandelier, my friend. We really love it, and it's
Of course, this light's in
The light's totally in the way.
we're gonna have to get a shot of it some other how. But anyway, it's sitting in here over the control room, and it
Too
looks
much.
awesome. But anyway, he says Bitcoin is updatable. It's not immutable. There are going to be a lot of people hovering over that update button over the next century. Damn straight. We're really close to it happening. You know, you can say what you want about mining pools not coming together, but if you get enough of them that do merge, look, companies merge. Period. End of story. Companies merge. That's history. That's what happens. And now that the institutions have Bitcoin, guess what? It's more likely to happen now because they do what they do. They continue to do what they do. They merge. That's what those things do. And if they want to control it, that's all they have to do to make it get control of it. Think that they won't use the tools in their toolbox to do shit to you? They don't give a shit about you or your damn immutable crypto crap. They want to own it. They want to make it theirs. They want you out. They just want your money. That's it. And now you guys have given it to them. You've given them the Bitcoin and you've given them the power. And now they're doing it, and you see it in the legislation that's happening. They're getting more and more favorable reasons to go out and do the shit that they do. Look, guys, they came in here. They're not going to change. The zebra doesn't change its stripes. They're going to do their thing with it. Trust me, they are going to do their thing with it. I've been saying this for a long time, and they've already done it. Now they own your Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, we're gonna punch the banks in the face with our crypto. No, you gave it to them. Come on.
They bought it
Come
from
on.
the people.
You don't see it. You don't see what they've done. They've taken Satoshi's white paper and shredded it in front of your face. And you guys are going, yay, thank you, BlackRock. Thank you, JP Morgan. Thank you for that. Pump my bags. Put it to 120. Ooh, we're
Chris,
so
you're
happy.
just laying down and taking it.
It has to, because it's the truth. It's the truth. And when those people own shit, they do what they want with it. You think you guys are so smart in crypto? They've been playing these games for freaking centuries. Ask Catmandu. He's seen all this shit before. You guys think that Sam Bankman-Fried was a badass? Sam Bankman-Fried didn't have shit on Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff was fucking doing that shit to people for 25 years straight before they caught his ass. Freaking Sam did it for a year and he got caught. That stuff has been being run by so many people, and now the institutions have your Bitcoin, and trust me, they're going to do what they want. They ain't going to give you no immutable freaking cryptocurrency that's going to free the world and bank you unbanked and all this shit. Fuck you. They're taking your shit. They've got your girlfriend on the front handlebars of their bike, and they're taking her
back.
with
She's not on their handlebars.
She is on the handlebars, and they ate your freaking lunch too. They stole it from you, punked you, put their girlfriend on their handlebars, and rode off, baby.
Boys, you're both pretty. Okay. I'd like to interject and change the subject.
That's right. Can we see the cat?
Quality Ponzi's only.
Going back on what Max said, so what else is left as far as like the cases with Richard Hart? I think out of all of us, I'm the newest to Pulse Chain.
The one where he supposedly owes them millions of dollars.
Yeah, don't. It's just aggravated tax avoidance.
Yeah, the aggravated tax one. That's fantastic.
Allegedly.
That's
right. I just wanted to say something real quick because, you know, I like a lot of people are just like, why can't Hex pump? Why is this happening? Like, you know, like we're so down and I'm so depressed and blah, blah, blah. Y'all, we're not alone. Like, this isn't just a Hex thing. Like, have you seen the prices of other coins? You know, we're so in our own bubble of our own ecosystem that we forget that this is a crypto thing. Like, this is not just our little coins in our little ecosystem. Everybody's feeling this pain right now. I'm in several other groups, and I just want to remind you that like we're not alone. Like this is not just something that is affecting the price of Hex. There are many other coins that are 99% on 99% down. There are coins that have, guess what, actually been rug pulled and actually gone to zero, right? Like, we're still here. There's still hope. Like, I don't know. I just want to throw that out there.
We're still only going to zero.
How dare you?
We're still just on our way. But we've got everything. We have
everything.
DeFi.
We do.
We are still cypherpunks. We still have DeFi. We still have control, meaning that us, the people who buy, have control of it. Not an institution, not a bank, not a mining pool, none of that. This is fully decentralized and it's owned by the people.
And the people that want that will find it like we did. That's the whole reason I'm still here. Like, I didn't just get into this because cool number go up. I really didn't. Like, my conviction is that this is a movement that I want to be a part of. This is something that I absolutely want to see change the world, and I absolutely believe that it can.
You're right. This is crypto's only hope is DeFi. And I don't know any other DeFi platform that has what we have, that has as immutable products, as decentralized product. There is nothing else under the sun that matches it. And again, all the other stuff has been usurped and institutionalized, and it's not going the way that we wanted crypto to go. It's not going to bank the unbanked. It is not going to change the world in finance. It is now being bought by countries. It's now owned by the banks. It's not what it was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why we fail to see that. I don't know why we're not out there shouting at the rooftops, decentralize this shit.
We have been for the last.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and it's not that I don't hate Bitcoin. I don't hate what it's done and what it meant. I hate what it's become. I hate who owns it now. I hate what they've done to it. And I wish it wasn't that, but it is. That's the reality. The reality is it is what it is.
Is there a way of taking advantage of what is happening to Bitcoin that the RH?
Well, yeah, buy some, 10 years ago and sell it now. I mean, that's the only way to take advantage of it, because now it's
like
basically
50% down from like the last couple months. So if it hits around 30,000, 31,000, that's a good buy zone. That's negative 75% from all-time high. Bitcoin only does about 75 to 83% dips, and then it goes back to making all-time highs. And so that's
you might 2x your money, maybe.
But can I answer?
Play the long game. Play like the Chinese. Play the long game and think positive. And all this down to 35. You know what? You don't want to think that, because you might manifest that, and it might be manifested in too many minds, and it might really happen. And that ain't going to look good on the RH ecosystem of coins whatsoever. In that
scroll down, Josh. Somebody popped in.
It was him.
I saw. Fast Abdul made a comment to what I was talking about in regards to the RH conference. Could I just put a a
Real
community
quick
note
before
to
that, we
ask-
have a special guest who wants to show us the chandelier that Johnny Chaos made for
Oh,
the
just
studio.
Mute your mic if you
Just
can.
mute the mic.
Oh, sorry. Give me a couple minutes
Okay.
because I got out of
False alarm. Continue.
Can I
Continue,
finish
Captain
what I
Matthews.
was saying? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yep.
can hear you.
Could I make a public announcement to ask Fast Abdul to contact me so that we could talk about the idea of options? Because he put a post up, and I didn't have my magnifying glass ready to look and read it, but I saw he had made a comment to what I was talking about, and I just want to learn if it's possible somehow to put together options for the Hex coin, because again, I just want to make it something that has institutional Wall Street eyes and maybe demand. I mean, the first coin that's got real interesting options, the first crypto coin that has real optional play could be a coin that has sustainability, not to go up and down like a yo-yo. And believe me,
Kathmandu, Fast Abdul will be here in 5 minutes, and you can ask him yourself.
hold on,
Yeah, he'll
where
be
is
here
it?
in a second.
I thought Kinetics has like a Hex ETF, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's an ETF. I'm not talking. What's their name? I'm
Okay.
sorry, I can't see you.
And
It's not-
also,
it's not really an
Max,
ETF.
Max, I'm
but
not
yeah.
talking about ETFs, which are fine. I'm talking about
I understand.
options, man. Options.
I know, but what I'm saying is that isn't there a Wall Street already in the ETF?
Okay, our
space?
special guest is now back, and we're going to check out Johnny Chaos's chandelier made for the studio here.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
It's extremely
Skeletons.
cool.
Completely badass.
Yeah. And he's got another project that he might be working on for us for the studio.
Are those men or women?
Both.
Bitcoin.
It's
They're
they.
clones.
I think somebody dug him up in New Mexico or something somewhere.
Nah, that's he's got a mold
No, the
injection.
Bitcoin
system.
maxis.
All right, my bad. I
That's
fell for that.
what's
one.
left of the
Got it.
maxis.
And Briss.
Trail of the people Richard
So,
Hart
Mike, I
debated.
got a joke for you, Briss. Do you know what your name really stands for?
The cutting of penises.
You got it, Toyota, baby.
The study of cutting penises.
You
Oh,
got
it
it.
only says Briz.
Man, that sounds like some Epstein shit.
No,
Ouch.
it's a Jewish thing.
Foreskins are pound for pound the most valuable item on earth.
Seriously, I doubled down on what I just said.
Well, let's talk about your race car driving. Everybody, Brissology on his weekends, when instead of touching grass, he goes out to the racetrack and runs his car on the track. You've been doing any better times lately?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit better, I think. I just go out there and I have some fun. I put my pulse chain stickers on the side. I have my race number as 369.
Styling.
And I've had like one person ask me what is pulse chain twice.
Nice. He's out there
Did you onboard
Same
him?
doing
person?
pulse
Yeah.
chain, touching the track, touching track.
Yep.
How fast do you go?
At like 40 miles an hour.
Be
It's
careful.
it's like a road race track, so he's got to go through the whole obstacle course deal.
Okay. Well,
But,
hey,
Stickers make your car go faster.
hell yeah.
Stickers, make
Pulse
it go
chain
fast.
stickers.
Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
I was wondering. I'm like, I wonder if I should ask if anyone wants to sponsor more pulse chain magnets for my car. So I don't.
There you go. We might even have somebody that makes those.
Sounds like we have somebody who wants to ride in the car with you.
Sandy Beach.
Sandy Beach.
Always my spiritual co-pilot.
Aw, precious.
Catmandu, can I answer your question that you had earlier about pulse chain?
yeah, please. I'm all
All
ears.
right. So you were asking, where's the money going to come from? When is Sunny Days going to happen? And basically, I got some inside. We have an open secret. All right. We have an open secret in Pulse Chain. And I bet you RG3 is going to go, no, don't talk about that. But here's the alpha, all right?
Oh boy, alpha.
Richard, or maybe I'll just say the OA has 171,000 Ethereum.
That's an old story. Talk is cheap. I don't need that story anymore.
Damn,
That's
dude,
like
you just got
old
sung by
Never
I don't want
mind.
to waste your time. I
Never
don't want to
mind.
waste my
Old
years.
news.
Don't go there.
Pull the
fact
keys
is,
right out of the
it's-
ignition, bro.
Just being honest, it's like, we could not maybe even think of 2026 other than another repeat of 2025. And the most valuable coin, I still believe, even though the inflation has been cut to 1.5 coins per T share, Pulse doesn't give you no yield. Pulse X doesn't give you no yield.
Validated.
So I'm happy being in Hex. I just personally feel that way. And it is what it is. Time goes by for me very fast, and I don't think about the down day. I keep about my business of research, and life goes on, and I'm hoping in the future the future will be bright for everybody, But I'm going to try my best with my ideas for marketing, and we'll see. Talk is cheap, so I got to get off my duff.
Exactly.
Creative.
We've got to go out there and market. That's what a community's for, is to go out and market. That's what the Bitcoin community did. They went out and marketed it. That's what they did.
Yeah,
and
as they
we've got to
marketed,
do a
it
better
got
job
bigger.
of that.
The community grew and grew. Now they got conferences and giant conference halls all over key areas of the United States, Vegas to Miami Beach. So, and I remember you speaking very happily and strong, back straight as an arrow, about having arenas or stadiums full of people vying and talking and cheering on Hex. My memory's good.
You know
RG.
why those Ethereum is special?
Yeah, because the Trump boys own it.
No. That's not the answer at all. In fact, they don't own it. Richard owns it. I don't think he can even hear me anymore.
Can we hear more? about
Nobody
your
knows
cancer
who
research?
owns it. Nobody knows or cares. It's not our concern. If it never comes in, it never
is our
comes in.
concern, and we should care.
Why?
So, Kathmandu,
Yeah.
Richard, or the OA, has 171,000 Ethereum. All right. When Ethereum hits $10,000 each, Richard will now, or the OA will now have $1.71 billion.
Briz, it's old story. I know. I don't deal with the old. I'm about the new. It's dead mitochondria. It's nothing. It's not relative for any of this conversation.
It's 100% relative. What are you talking about? Do you understand?
It's not relative to this
what Richard
community
could
because
do with
we don't have control of that Ethereum.
100,000 Ethereum?
We have no control of that Ethereum, and it's none of our damn business what that Ethereum is. We've got our business to handle. And that means going out and marketing this stuff and talking about DeFi and making it popular. That's what we got. No one's going to come bail you out. Ain't
Let's
coming to
talk about
save you.
DeFi. Right. Who has the best DeFi? What is
Ethereum is to bail us out.
Bitcoin's the best DeFi, right, Chris?
That's how the number goes up. Okay. It's either we onboard 1 million new users, or we get bailed out with 171,000.
That's our job, is to go onboard 1 million new users. That's our job.
Yes.
That's what we should be focusing on.
Yes.
He needs more stickers.
And not looking at a closed door to see if somebody's going to open it.
But that
can we hear more
door
about the cancer
is the
research?
light at the end of the tunnel, okay? It's the
Hey,
light
if
at the end of the
if something
tunnel.
like that happens, it happens. But if we go out and do our job, then we double that
right
by bringing 1 million people in.
Exactly.
Does it have to be 1 million
You can
people?
use
I really
that
don't know.
piece of information like
That's a good number.
like bait.
Oh, okay.
Catch
Yeah,
more
but
fish.
Let's say we onboarded 10,000 people, right, with these 1 million tablets. And each of those 10,000 people bought, let's just say on average, $1,000. That's $10 million into our ecosystem. I don't think that's unbelievable. I think that's very doable.
And that moves the price significantly. And that's what the community should be focused on, not on what Richard Hart could do or what the OA could do. That is sitting in a corner, cowering, and pissing yourself.
Could you
Hoping for somebody to save
Yeah,
you.
who can you go talk to?
I'm
Who do
allowed
you
to
know
be
that you can
positive
onboard?
because
Could you put
I
that
understand
message
how
up
the
that
next
Johnny
$1
Chaos just
billion
had on the screen?
flows into the ecosystem. So I'm sitting here positive. I'm just waiting. I'm talking about it happily, but because other people don't see this light at the end of the tunnel, they get into little, they turn into gigantic little bitches. and
Mr.
they go,
Producer, could you put up
"Richard
that message
defrauded
that
us.
Johnny Chaos
Richard
had on the screen a
scammed
minute
us."
ago?
Yeah, I heard you. Just give me a moment.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the stage, our favorite Canadian person
Ladies and
here
gentlemen.
for the tech
Only for the tech.
Fast Abdul.
and not for anything else.
Never.
All right, look at them books.
What's happening, Fast? How
Librarian.
you doing?
Good. Yeah. No,
Fast traveled all the way from the Wheelands to come and hang out with us and throw boxes and lick stickers.
He was one of the first.
One of the first. Thank you, sir.
pleasure.
Thank you,
It was a good
Fast.
All
time.
right, for you, Catmandu.
Right on.
The only
Okay.
thing Hex needs is for people to understand what Hex is and use it as it is designed.
Bam.
Well,
So who
I've
can you
gotta ask a
teach?
simple question. What does that mean? I mean, I'm sorry, but
You stake it. That's what it means.
You teach people what Hex is about.
You teach people what true DeFi is and how they can use Hex to,
T-shares.
fuck the system, basically. Teach someone. Go teach someone else. Then they can teach someone else. And then maybe they'll teach someone else.
It's called the networking effect.
Teach them.
Thank you, KD.
Thank you, KD.
KD gets it.
What's up, Fast? How you doing, dude?
Yeah, just had a quiet day and I saw you guys chatting. Looks like a lively convo.
Well, Fast, you were on the RH conference. You were in the RH conference with the four gentlemen. You were the fourth. You're the first. The point I'm making is you guys were hitting on the nail that I am all about, meaning some kind of options in the core coins, or primarily, in my mind, Hex. Am I on any kind of right track, or is this something that needs real, deep?
I don't think anyone cares about options, to be honest.
You talking options trading?
No,
Like, is that-
no, something to do with you had on one of your posts 15 minutes ago an actuator or something to that word design. What was that mean?
Like there are multiple things you can do with your Hex apart from holding it, right? Like actuators, one of the big ones in my opinion. It's kind of like bonds for Hex, right? So
Bonds for Hex.
Yeah. So basically you're trading the future value of staked Hex. They have multiple options like Hex Day 7,000, Hex Day 5,000. And so that would be one example. The other one, there's the ICOSA protocol, which allows you to tokenize stakes, which means they can be moved from wallet to wallet. There's various options there. Then of course there's various yield farming options, right? So you're farming your Hex against something else and getting paid in something else, like Ink, for example, with the Pulse X farms. So those are probably the three best things you can do with Hex apart from just stake it. But yeah, we definitely have some things, and there's probably more things that will be built on top of it too.
Well, it hasn't the farming, and like for example, the ink used to be able to make ink with pulse. A certain ratio, pulse and pulse X, and it was
50-50.
Yeah, but that's gone because it doesn't pay or doesn't work anymore because of the change.
It still works. It's still there.
It still works.
Yeah, it's just that the inflation went down on Ink, just like the inflation was reduced on Hex,
right.
To reduce sell pressure and probably for the purpose of getting people to pull liquidity for various reasons. I have my own theories on that, but you can still make money on Pulse X with Hex, farming it against Pulse, I believe. But there's other places that offer options as well. So
Yeah.
you need to do due diligence on things that aren't just pulsex.com, right? Because it's not always safe to interact. And every interaction, I'm sure Richard would say the same, you're adding additional counterparty risk, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
But there are some good options in my opinion, and there's but PulseX still does work versus just holding your hex. Let's see, we got 1.75% APR right now, hex to pulse, which I think is competitive with staking hex at the moment. So that's it is still there.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, but staking is like 1.55.
Well,
At this
very competitive then. Yeah. Think about the reason it's 1.55 though, and we could get Johnny or Crispy on; they'd be able to go deeper into it. But it was very intentionally something the OA did to reduce sell pressure, right? Because there's a bunch of OG Hexicans who were doing rolling stakes, 30 days, 90 days, and selling the yield and restaking the principal. There's continuous sell pressure from that, so that was taken away very intentionally, very deliberately, and could be given back at any given moment. He has the ability to end the massive stakes he made, right? Which would pump the APR right back up to 38% and would provide a hefty bonus in reward hex for the people who were staked when those emergency end stakes happened. So, that's a different rabbit hole, but there's some options.
Okay. Thank SJ. I saw the actuator.
Yeah, that's their website.
Yeah.
We'll also be putting that in the show description.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much.
In my opinion, it's one of the best options. I'll answer your last question first. You can't do it with already staked hex. It has to be a new hex stake to participate with the actuator protocol. Yeah. But you can also participating by buying people's ongoing hex stakes, basically, right? Like somebody's made a hex stake and sold it like as a bond, like a 5,000 day out stake. You can buy that off them at a discount, right? So it's a way to get cheap hex. So, and we have other options like that too. Like we have the Maximus DAO products. So we have like tokenized hex stakes up to 15 years long. Like those are cool. And then farming options between things that are essentially hex is cool in my opinion. So like you can farm Maximus DAO tokens against hex, Maximus DAO tokens against actuator tokens. I've seen these farms amongst the community. So anything that's low and permanent loss right now, meaning that you're not going to lose big on one side and win big on the other, and end up with the loser of whatever tokens you're farming with, is something I would look closely at.
Okay,
yeah, so let me back you up real quick, Captain. I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to explain something here.
Yes.
All these options exist. The crypto space is unique because the options can be made different than your typical stock market options because of how crypto functions and operates. You can add all kinds of different feature-rich things that make them better than products that actually exist in regular markets. However, there is counterparty risk, and I don't like talking about all these other projects. And although some of them I think are great, I don't like sending people in those directions or saying that this is the solution to our problems right now, because it's not. We've got everything we need to go out and teach people about DeFi and crypto, and we need to start talking about those things. What is Hex? What is Pulse Chain? What is PulseX? All of those things need to be taught first before we worry about trying to bring people in with options. People don't even know what Hex is. People don't even know what Pulse is. They don't even understand what a blockchain is. They don't understand these things. And we've got to go out and educate the masses about all of that stuff first before we could even get into all of the crazy cool crypto products that have been made on Pulse Chain, because it's really just a distraction from what we should be going out there and doing. You start talking to people about options and these things right off the bat, they're going to glaze over because they don't even know what Hex is. So that's what I'm trying to get at, is that we need to dumb it down. We need to go out and educate people about what real DeFi is and what the difference between what is going on out there in the Bitcoin space and what is going on over here. Because once people see it, they're going to understand why Hex is better than Bitcoin. And that's what we have to be teaching people right now versus this other crap that's going on. There's too much confusion and too much conflation of all these other things that it's just, we got to step back and teach people the basics.
Yeah, exactly. Like having traveled the world now to teach people about these things, I will tell you that people do not understand the word crypto. Everybody thinks Bitcoin is crypto, and that's all that there is, and Bitcoin is it. And
everything else is scam.
Yeah. Well, no, not even everything else is a scam. They don't understand. I went around the United States in my bus that said Pulse Chain Tour on it. And people would ask me, well, what is this? What's going on here? And I would say, oh, do you know about crypto? No. Blank stare. Do you know Bitcoin? Oh yeah, Bitcoin. Right? So you have to get people to understand the difference, because right now, all they know is that there's this bullshit coin out there that's lost people a bunch of money. There's this thing that the president's doing with this bullshit coin that looks like a really terrible thing to get into, right? All they see is all the bullshit happening, and the stable coin narrative and all this other junk that is being put out there in the news. You have to go out and tell them that there is something else out there that is so much better and does, what really crypto was meant to do in the beginning, right? So just, yeah.
I would say 98% of the masses, they don't give a crap about finance. They don't give a crap about their future. They're all freaking ignorant, fat, dumb, and lazy. There's a video on YouTube. Look it up, like chocolate bar or an ounce of silver, and they all choose the chocolate bar because they don't even understand what silver is. They don't get it. They don't get money, and they're probably never
Let's go
gonna
after
get
the
money.
2%. Who needs the
Because we're not-
chocolate bar
Exactly.
hobos?
We're not educating. We're complaining, crying, and whining, and we're allowing this other narrative to take over. We're allowing Bitcoin to be crypto, and it's not. It is not crypto.
Yeah, go talk to your local politicians about it, right? Like, find who you can talk to in your neighborhood that makes decisions about finance and teach them something.
It's hard to
Crickets.
teach someone something that doesn't want to learn.
You'd be surprised how many politicians, your local, secretary, whoever, you'd be surprised,
So Hex Wizard, we need to see what the markup that the Senate is going to make on the Clarity Act exactly before we can, even say that it's going to be good or bad for crypto in general. It looks really good. It looks like the Senate was going to make it even better as far as DeFi goes. But now I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. So we'll have to wait and see how that all comes out and what the markup looks like, because they can change a lot of things in it. And that's what we don't want. We want them to give us free reign to go out and provide DeFi, because if they do get their hands in on this thing and change it up and, do KYC, AML, and all this weird stuff that they're talking about doing, I've just heard in the background that's some of the talk, then that could be bad for DeFi. And we don't want that. They are trying to make it to where, Bitcoin is the only thing that can actually be moved and traded out there. And that ain't cool. And if you can only use their stable coins, that ain't cool. We need to be able to have DeFi. What's that?
They definitely want to control the stable coins. That's one of the big arguments and why that bill's not passed already is they want to limit the ability of non-bank entities to provide interest of any sort on stable coins, right? Which is one of the backbones of DeFi for sure.
Yep.
So they want to control the money is the bottom line.
Yeah, like they've been doing. And again, my argument, they want to take it, and in the name of Bitcoin and crypto and, freedom, they want to take control of it, which is what they've done. I don't know how many times I have to say this. At what point are you going to realize that they're trying to manipulate your whole thing? At what point?
Shout out Hex Stake Play.
Yeah, we kind of talked about you,
The hex rate cut.
alluded to you
Took
earlier,
Bitcoin
because it's
inflation cuts long.
really awesome that you're taking something you're passionate about, and you're finding this niche. And so if you don't know, go follow Hex Stake Play on YouTube. He does gaming, and in crypto and Hex, basically. So that's just, Josh mentioned that earlier. That find your niche, right?
Oh, you're in trouble now,
Oh,
Chris.
no.
Hello, Johnny.
Here he
I
comes.
made a post today
Mr.
about
Chaos.
the scarcity of Hex. There's
What's happening, buddy? We showed your chandelier here. We've got it hanging in the studio. It looks fabulous. We're getting some feedback.
I think it's Johnny.
It's coming from Johnny's mic. I don't know.
It's probably watching on YouTube.
You got your YouTube on? Turn your YouTube off.
I made a post a couple hours ago about the scarcity of Hex. And, with like 10 billion DAI, you can only get a max of like 260 million Hex.
It's going to happen. I think it's just going to happen so fast. Like,
well, we all know that's what happens when it does move up. It doesn't take much to move that needle. A few $1 million is insane of how much it'll pump the price right now.
Imagine what happens when $1 billion flows in.
Here we go again.
I wonder
What's
how
happening,
that
Johnny?
happened.
Unmute Johnny.
Oh, did I do it? Am I still echoing? Or
Your mic.
Yeah.
You're on the
You're
wrong
still
mic.
echoing
Mic.
with just a little delay.
And the next
Johnny
1
Chaos, the
million,
reluctant streamer.
the next 1 million Hex is only like $1,600 right now.
Oof.
does this one work?
And there's only 260 people can absorb all the Hex if they acquire, chunks of 1 million each.
Only
It's really
257 million Hex available.
That's
Thank
crazy.
Yeah, there's some big old wallets that have more than that in it.
I need a raise.
And
I
there's
really like the DCA right
like
now.
I said, the next 1 million only cost about $1,600. You could buy 1 million Hex right now for $1,600.
Sugar
That's
Daddy, where are
crazy.
you?
Where art thou?
Hex Daddy?
Is Johnny good now?
Let's find out.
I don't think you're echoing anymore, Johnny, or you got yourself muted.
No, it's not muted.
But we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you though.
Yo.
Like the good old
Plugging
days,
it-
Johnny.
Plugging it back in.
240 million now. So when somebody buys them.
Only
Didn't buy
take a
enough.
couple whales to, pump that to silly
Yeah.
numbers. You look at the math.
And
He was just
I did
kidding.
an experiment with a 99% cell pressure the other day, and with 99% cell pressure, let me see if I still have it up. $25 million would give us a 30x on Hex
Nice.
How
with
much?
99% cell pressure included in that number.
Yeah. That's silly numbers. Like, that's out there, y'all. Like, it's not difficult. It's not terrible. It's not.
In crypto, 25 million is not a lot of money. I think I know a guy who probably has 25 million that could do that.
Yeah.
We're still getting
People,
We know a few of
spend
them.
hundreds of thousands of dollars and put it right here on their finger.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need none of that. Just buy me some Hex.
Just buy me some Hex.
Oh, man.
Buy me some Hex. Where's Eco Builder? Buy us some Hex. Just kidding.
Oh man, why'd I sell my Hex?
Johnny got to try and come
We
back.
do.
Dude,
just
Briss,
watched that
I
today.
just saw that for the first time today.
Really?
I had never seen that video until today.
That video is
Classic.
so epic back in the day. It was
I don't know
watched-
how I missed that.
We watched the Black Sheep version and the original version. It was pretty cool.
Was that the one where at that point where you guys made the video, it was worth $8 million and he only sold it for like $75,000 or something like that?
It was less than that, I think. Yeah.
What, yeah,
He
he
sold
was sad
16
because he
million
could have
Hex.
made 70,000 or something.
75,000. Yeah, he could have made 75,000. He sold 16 million for much less.
Where's that?
That was a
Catman
big.
I want to hear about his
April.
cancer research.
I need to know from Kathmandu now about mitochondria.
Max, we are going to have to find a health show for you to tune into.
Or you make your own, bro.
I
why
don't really
don't you-
like streaming or do that.
You
Here
don't?
you are. Yeah, here you are, buddy.
Every
No, I
every
mean,
time.
me doing the streaming. It's not. I have a YouTube channel and I only have one video, and it's a waste of time. I think I'll just delete the channel. I don't need to do that. It's just
Trust me, it's
no
a
one
waste
cares
of
about that. No one cares about health.
Oh, shit.
I missed it. What'd you say, RG?
I said, it's a waste of time.
Dude, if you
Stream.
enjoy doing it, it's not a waste of time. That's what I think.
I don't enjoy
Yeah.
it, and it's a
Okay,
waste of
let's
time.
see. Let's see if we got Johnny. Hello, Johnny.
Sir
Does
Johnny.
this work now?
We
better.
got you now,
Yay.
bud.
Okay. No echo, everything good?
Now you've probably cooled down, so it's not worth having you in here. We were hoping to get you when you were all hot under the collar there.
It's 9 o'clock. We're closing the show down. Everyone, thanks
Chris
for
is
being
running
here.
scared.
Are you guys
Oh,
all on the
shit.
West Coast?
Not all of us, but a few of us are. Yeah,
Okay, because
Johnny's out on the East Coast,
I got 1207 here.
somewhere out there. What's going on, Johnny?
Well, no, I wanted to stop in. One of the things people do is they do count their hexes. Okay, look, I'm not even getting a penny a day of T-share. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin. Remember once upon a time, Bitcoin, it was 1,309 for $1. Why would you mine a 50 Bitcoin block? You're not even getting a penny. You know, it's 1,309 of them for $1. Just go buy them, right? What's the point of mining at all? Well, the point is Bitcoin's no longer 1,309 for $1, which Hex right now on the Ethereum side is 1,539 for $1. So, you know, there's plenty of Hex that can be bought right now for $1, right? So the idea of staking is you don't have Hex. So you're counting your Hex before it's even been produced when you're staking. So like if you stake for 5 years per se, okay, and by the end of that 5 years, Hex is $1, then you aren't actually earning a penny a day. You are actually earning $1.50 a day per T-share.
It
Because
gets
you got
retro paid.
Hex, which is that many units, but you don't know what the price is yet. So basically every Hex you earn by staking is one less coin you've got to buy. We don't know what the price is going to be in 5 years. We hope it's higher, but you won't really know because when it's staked, it's not Hex anyway, it's a T-share. And what we know about T-shares is that they started at 60 cents and you can't buy one for less than $30. And we know that the T-share rate constantly goes up in Hex terms. So even if you got Hex to completely retrace right now, it would still cost you 4 times more to buy a T-share today than it would have if you would have bought it, you know, years ago and bought your T-share then. And that continues to go up. Now, the difference with T-shares is, you know, ASIC miners lose their strength. Okay. They get less and less profitable. T-shares, the longer it's in, the more profitable it gets. And it's strange because everybody looks at the Bitcoin halving as this big excitement thing. And basically what happened in Hex when the OA staked was we basically got 2 halvings. So it was a reduction in inflation. And in Bitcoin, they consider that bullish because there's less supply coming on the market. But in Hex, there's less supply coming on the market. Everyone's like, oh, there's less supply coming on the market. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, yes, if you're counting it day for day and you're looking at the price at a depressed price, technically, if the price 4x's, you're right back to earning the same amount you were, right? You know, so it's you've got to keep in mind it's 2 factors. It's not just the yield that you're earning, it's the price appreciation also.
Price appreciation. Exactly. Exactly. But a lot of people
That makes
fail to
sense?
see that, and they fail to see history, and Hex is better than Bitcoin. It's easier to get a hold of a T-share than to find an ASICs miner that's going to work for you or get into a mining pool itself. But it doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't. Hex is better than Bitcoin, period. End of story. It is better crypto. It is DeFi. It is what crypto was supposed to be. And that's what people need to be educated on. You know, that's why we all got in, was because what we were sold that Bitcoin was going to be. We were sold that. And everybody just forgot about it. Everybody just said, oh, okay, that's all right. We don't need to unbank, or we don't need to bank the unbanked. We don't need to go out there and go up against institutions and banks and all this stuff. No, we don't need to do that anymore. Please just pump our bags. Please own it. Please handle it for us and pump our bags. And that's what all of crypto has done. You know, they've just sold out to
Your
an
average
inferior product.
person got shut out. You know, when they went from everybody can mine Bitcoin on their computer to now you have to have specific miner equipment, and now you've got to have X amount of specific miner equipment. They basically priced out the consumer market. So what results is now that you cannot mine Bitcoin yourself, not at least profitable, or not that it's worth it. Imagine mining Bitcoin. You're talking about mining Hex not being profitable. Go fire up an ASIC and try to mine some Bitcoin and see how profitable you are and how much overhead cost that is just to try to maybe get part of a block with a mining pool. So Hex allows everybody to participate and get free coins, which it's like how Richard likes to say, how free are your coins, man? What, you're not getting enough free stuff? Your free isn't free enough? You know, you could do something else and you could spend money on that and then earn your coins that way and have that extra overhead cost, or each coin you're earning in Hex today is a free coin that you didn't have to buy. So, I mean, it's there's different systems, right? You could be a validator. You could be a validator on Pulse. You could be a validator on Ethereum. It's going to cost you a lot of money to be a validator on Ethereum. It's going to cost you a lot less to be a validator on Pulse, but it's still a cost. Plus, validators can get slashed. Your Hex code, you are going to get more coins at the end of your term, guaranteed. It's not a liquidity pool. There's no take from one side and give from another. It's single-sided staking. It's immutable code. It never changes. And not only that, but you basically just got to reset, because as the T-shares get more expensive and they are deflationary, there are less T-shares in the pool. So that base level, that 1 hex per day per T-share, goes up to 2, goes up to 3, goes up to 4. As long as your T-shares staying in there and T-shares are coming out, the base rate payout per day is going to go back up again, just like it did to begin with. It's just we hit a reset because of the way that the OA decided to stake. We would not, if we were staked this way from the beginning, it would, you know, we were at the very beginning, we were getting a fraction of a hex per day per T-share. A fraction of a hex per day per T-share.
Can you explain how? Can you explain your statement a minute ago? How you just said that the T-share value is going to have. I don't exactly know the right words you said, but you said, you know, we can expect more than a T-share earning a hex and a half. We can go up from here. How?
Oh, we're going to go up from here.
We only go up from here.
It only goes up because every time stake comes out, the price of the T-share goes up.
Yeah, so because, like I said,
T-share
when I
rate,
said
not
T-shares
the
are 4 times
1.5
more expensive.
per T-share.
Is somebody else talking? I can't even see the screen.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
That moves as stakes come out too.
Yeah, so what happens is you've got the T-share rate that goes up. So it's now 4 times more expensive.
Because the pool gets smaller.
Okay. So there's only so much hex to buy T-shares with. Okay.
Right.
So T-shares are deflationary. They continue to go up in the price of hex terms. So as T-shares end and people pull their hex out, you cannot put those back in and get the same number of T-shares without adding hex to it or going longer. Okay.
Right.
So the T-shares reduce the amount of T-shares in the pool are constantly reducing. While that happens, your payout per day is constantly going up. It's just
Because
going
the
a lot
pool is getting smaller.
It's a lot slower right now because of the staking. The other thing that happened in the system is because the OA staked, it slowed down the cost of the T-shares. T-shares were doubling in price every 2.5 years. Now they're only going up like 100, 200, and they're just moving up really slow. So it actually slowed down the rate of the T-shares so that you can actually get them at a reasonable price before they jump up. But if you think about it, when Hex is $1, you're not going to be able to buy a T-share. They're now $40,000.
Bro, you talking Hex $1? We're all going to be doing jumping, backflips at 100 years old.
Well, why can't Hex be $1?
Why can't Hex be $1?
I'm not
totally
denying
possible.
it the opportunity. Go for it, Hex, bro and sister.
I thought you were going to say old news, Johnny.
But see, that's the thing. We were already at 50 cents. And how did we get there? We got there because people were excited about what Hex was. They were using it as it was designed.
And nobody was dumping on our heads until 55 cents, 53 cents.
We know that was coming.
Well, that happened.
I didn't.
Because a lot
I'm not going to deny it. I won't lie. I didn't know.
A lot of people came in with the hype because it was going up, and then they were ready to go to the next new thing.
There'll be more staking at $1 Hex than there is at 2 zeros and a 1 Hex.
Exactly.
People are going to rush to stake it at the highs. So
and trust me, there will be a lot more people buying it at $1 than they are buying it at a penny. Trust me. They love expensive shit. They love expensive crypto. They will be buying it up like crazy at $1.
Chris, your green screen.
People take for granted. We count decimal places. Normies don't. A penny or 2 cents makes no difference to them. If you go to the store and you go to buy something, do you care if it's a penny or 2 cents? Not that you'll find anything for that, but just thinking about that, if it's $1 or $1.02, that makes no difference to you if you're thinking in dollar terms. But in crypto, we're the only ones that think, oh, we've got 4 zeros, we've got tens of thousands of we think like that. Normies don't. If they see something at a penny, that's when it becomes real value for them. And frankly, right now, we've got like 10x to go to get back to a penny. So that's kind of like a free 10x when retail shows up. So,
those tax returns are coming.
We're in the right place. I think we're doing the right thing. I think we just keep moving, and people that want to use the products are going to use the products. If they can find them, we're going to find the people that want to use them, and the people that want to move on, they'll move on. And then they're no longer sell pressure.
I've heard the comment quite a few times tonight from a few folks that the comment was, Hex is just better than Bitcoin. Okay, so let's just take an older generation of baby boomers, and if that message was out there into the public, they're going to ask the question, how is it better? How is it better?
I can answer.
Hex,
I can answer real quick, Johnny.
So many ways.
Johnny, let me take this one. Johnny, please.
You're going to say Bitcoin's better than Hex. You're the Bitcoin guy.
Hex is better than Bitcoin. What the fuck is
really?
wrong with?
Okay.
What the fuck? That's why I'm in Hex.
Would you please
Can we make sure we record that?
Please timestamp that.
But just because I
gonna make a song out of
know
it.
Hex is better than Bitcoin doesn't mean Bitcoin's trash, okay? Again, guess what? Bitcoin is better than gold, but guess what? Gold just went to freaking like all-time highs. So like just because we have this brand new stuff doesn't mean we're going to stop trading the old stuff. It never stops. And here is why Hex is better than Bitcoin.
Drum roll, please.
Earn interest. You can't earn interest with Bitcoin.
Nope.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, that's
and validating is better.
Yeah, Bitcoin destroys the environment.
Staking is better, and having a whole DeFi platform is better. It's all better. It didn't have 3 bugs like Bitcoin
Yeah,
did.
it's the code is
it's immutable.
flawless.
It's not owned by the banks. You know, the old cypherpunks didn't sell it all off. There's all kinds of reasons why it's better.
I like it.
It's real
faster,
crypto.
It's cheaper.
Better
it's
community.
immutable. When here's the thing, people say, you know, Briz was on this about there's only going to be 21 billion Bitcoin, and this is where I'm going to bust his balls, because that is only as good as the person punching the consensus button, and that person.
Are you talking about all like 30 million?
There is one dude that makes the decision on what code is updated. Do you know who he is?
And guess what? There's
And that
all
dude
the people
changes
running
every couple of years, too.
the mining machines. They have to agree with that. If they don't agree with it,
There's
Pool has
one
to agree with
dude
that.
that
A
gets to
pool.
say what happens.
no.
Look it up. Pay attention. Look it up. That's what they want you to think.
Everybody
That's the
has
narrative
to
they're
agree
selling you,
with
but
it,
the
buddy.
reality is that someone has to hit submit. One person makes the decision on what code is ran and what code isn't. And then the
No,
rest of the
they all
miners
have to agree
run
with it.
that
All the
code for
people
you.
mining Bitcoin have to agree with it. At least 51% of them.
And when all the Bitcoin are out, how are they going to pay the miners to keep on their equipment and pay their power bills?
Transaction fees.
We need a sound effects board.
Think about that.
Working on it.
I just told you, transaction fees. Is this thing not on? Transaction fees.
Okay, so it's going to cost $100,000 to send a Bitcoin.
Are you saying the possibilities that Bitcoin could run out of its charm?
Or more validators or miners, as long as we have enough to do the job. You know, the whole Bitcoin network was ran off of one laptop at one point. Did you know
Man,
that?
so was Pong.
Okay, what's your point about Pong?
PlayStation 5 didn't come along.
The reason why I'm saying that is because the miners can contract and expand. Okay, it contracts, and guess what? It keeps running, buddy.
Pet rock.
Oh my goodness.
And you don't get no yield. So in Bitcoin, you get no yield. In Hex, there's no barrier to entry. There's no equipment to buy. There's no overhead. All you got to do is run it on your own computer like Bitcoin was designed to begin with before the technology updated, and then they priced everybody out. Because in Bitcoin, you are a consumer of somebody else's product. You are not a producer. You are a consumer of BlackRock and Michael Saylor. You're their consumer. That's who you are in Bitcoin.
They bought my bags.
And you are now a consumer.
You guys
and
weren't
you are now
smart
dependent
enough
on them keeping
to
your
buy
bag.
Bitcoin early and hold on to it.
In Hex, you are
skill
a producer.
issue.
You are
And that's why you guys
participating
are
in the network.
angry.
Don't
And
forget,
look,
everybody.
All I'll say is this. Here's my last thing I'll say about
Mixology's
Bitcoin.
bags are full of Bitcoin, and you
If
can hear it in
you
his
don't tell
voice.
the truth about Bitcoin, no one's gonna believe you about Hex or Pulse Chain.
We've
So
been
you
telling
need to be
exact truth
truthful
about Bitcoin.
these things, and all you guys are like, Bitcoin's so evil, Bitcoin's so bad. You should buy mine.
It's not Bitcoin, it's the people that own it.
You guys sound like
We're 100x
virtual
to a damn penny
retards.
or some shit. Jesus Christ. We go up to a penny again in Hex, we're up 100x. What's Bitcoin going to do over the next 10 years? You're going to get a 10x? Yay! Woo!
Yes.
Maybe.
Bitcoin's going over $1 million.
Uh-huh. And you're 0.001 Bitcoin to be worth 10 grand.
And RG3 was laughing at it, calling it crap, you know, when it was like 15 grand. And then it went up to 125,000.
Well, I
and
don't
he missed
regret,
out on a
I
ton
don't
of
regret
gains.
turning my
I'm
Bitcoin
still
into
laughing at
Hex,
that.
selling $120,000 worth.
Can't get
And,
it. You just don't get it. Neither of you get it.
Can I chime in and change the subject to something I remember
Mitochondria?
that Finance said many years ago. Okay, thanks for the permission. So what he said was maybe the fortune of Hex could be one day used as a peer-to-peer exchange for goods, such as he was literally saying where he lives in, I believe it was upstate east New Yorkish area, or I don't remember exactly where, but the point was, if the development of the hex coin could be used for, okay, I want to exchange my coins for 50 pounds of deer meat. I mean, he was
You
really
can do
talking
that right now.
That's already happened. Someone's bought a mattress with Hex. Someone's bought food with Hex. Like,
Yeah,
you just
pizzas.
have to be able to accept it, willing to accept
Got
it.
my car washed with Hex.
You're
Okay, so it's already been done, but could it be
charging
possibly
rent in
set?
Hex.
Could it be set up to where it's really like not just okay, we know each other, where it becomes almost, I'm just dreaming, but I'm going off
these
of
are
what he said that stuck in the back of my mind, that Hex could be, what's the word, peer-to-peer actual exchangeable
I mean, I think that's part of what ProveX.
I think ProveX allows you to do that in a way that makes it official, like an escrow type account with, if this happens, then this happens type of thing, and does it securely.
That's
with
good.
Yeah, but I mean, the argument that crypto is going to be a media of exchange is old, worn out, and we're not there yet. We are definitely not there yet. People don't even know what crypto is, let alone use it for exchange of goods. All those things are there. It's capable of doing it, but nobody wants to do it because nobody's educated as to what it is. Nobody wants to accept it. The people that have accepted it stopped accepting it. Lamborghini doesn't take Bitcoin anymore for their Lambos. It's not there yet. It's got a long way to go before it's going to be a medium of exchange. Right now, it's got to do things like generate yield and make money for people and be usable. And those are the things that we have to teach people, is that it's safe and it's usable. And DeFi crypto is. Pulse Chain, Hex, and PulseX, the products that Richard have built, are safe and usable. Bitcoin is not. It is not safe anymore.
ETF, excuse me, is Ethereum considered safe?
Bitcoin's safe. Don't listen to him.
It's never been rolled back since the fork. It was rolled back the one time when they forked off from ETH Classic.
Or ETH Classic,
yeah. So that was the one rollback. And the reason that actually worked and everybody just kind of migrated to the new one was because basically the amount of people on ETH at that point in time were very small. So, where we kind of came up with a problem is, our community just expect everybody to leave ETH and go over to Pulse Chain because Richard says so. Well, there's 10 million daily users on Ethereum. And just because you say, hey guys, come on over here, ETH sucks, doesn't mean they're going to leave. They built stuff there. They've been there. It's been up for years now. It's just like trying to ask somebody to move out of their own city that they're familiar with, and they've got friends there. They're familiar with all the stores and everything else. So it's really hard to try to do that. So the only thing you can really do is migrate your community. But see, at the time of the ETH fork, and that's the only case where a fork has actually exceeded its predecessor. That's the only time that's ever actually happened. You look at Bitcoin Private, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold, BSC, BCH. None of those things ever did better than the original, right? Copies seldom do. Okay. But Pulse Chain doesn't necessarily have to do better than Ethereum to be successful. It just has to be utilized. But
that's where the education comes in.
That is where the education comes in. And look, people are always going to seek alternatives. And it could have been a situation where Ethereum didn't address their gas fees, and it actually became really miserable over there for everybody in their NFTs and everything, and the gas fees could have stayed high. They might never fixed or corrected anything. Do we have some say in that? Because like maybe because there are other alternatives out there that puts some pressure on them to kind of compete. Who knows? But the situations do change. Cryptos do evolve. Ethereum and Pulse Chain are not immutable. Okay, they are updatable code, so they can add upgrades. Hex is the only thing that we've got that is really generally immutable that has a locked set of code. And when I say that, I just say it like think of it like a cartridge instead of like a program on your computer that has to have updates, or an app on your phone that has to have updates. Bitcoin has to have updates. Ethereum has to have updates. Pulse Chain has to have updates. Hex is what it is, and that code is locked in a cartridge. Nobody can change
Like a
it.
Nintendo video game.
If Bitcoin would have came out after Hex, it would have been laughed out of crypto.
It would have been laughed at. That's true. But it was
Hex
first.
came out before Bitcoin. Bitcoin would have been laughed out of crypto. Period. End of story.
If gold would have came after Bitcoin, gold would have been laughed out the door.
Well, it's true. It doesn't make sense. When you talk about transporting and stuff, there's a lot of hassle transporting physical merchandise in general. This stuff is borderless. It can be transferred quickly. It's most, you don't have to make arrangements to have an escort to haul large amounts of it or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you could actually keep your seed phrases in your head, and we know how light that would have been for you, Briss.
Good night, everybody. I've had a long day. Enjoy talking to everybody. Take care. Catch you
Glad
guys
to have you,
another
man.
time.
Thanks for being here.
All right, Kevin, dude, thanks for coming in and joining the conversation. Always appreciate you.
Thank you all too. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Oh, we didn't get a chance
All
to do
right.
cancer research.
We are at the end of the show, guys. We've got way
Mitochondria
over.
later.
It's about that time. My mitochondria are tired.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you all. Thanks for joining us in the new studio. Thanks to my crew for all the work and effort they've put in. Thanks to all of you who've been coming out and helping with the R.S. Griffin Foundation and getting these tablets out. Taurus, we didn't get to hear too much from you, but you have anything to say before we cut out?
Spotlight.
No, man, I was just coming on to congratulate you guys for the new studio, and there's lots of things to say, and I say lots of things on a show, One Pulse show. So if you're interested, come say hi.
Come check out One Pulse, everybody. We'll put that in the description for you.
Yeah, today's our official launch day.
Yeah, we launched it. We did it.
We did. We launched
We
today.
cast it off.
Today was our official launch of the new studio here.
The ship is sailing on the sea.
We are sailing. Thanks everybody who came. Thanks Brissology. Always great having you around. I love our conversations.
I love Brissology. Thank you, Brissology. I love when you guys argue.
He's my favorite little
It's my
buddy.
favorite.
Yeah. Chris is the best. He came and helped.
Yeah, he came and helped. We almost killed him. By the end of the day, I thought he was going to have a heart attack, to be honest.
Chris said it though. He said Hex is better than Bitcoin.
He did. We're
He
going to
did.
make a song with
We're
that.
gonna clip that.
We're gonna clip it
I'm
and
not
make a
like
song.
a
song.
Bitcoin
We're gonna
Mac
open up
just
every
hanging
show with
around
it.
Hexicans all day. What's wrong with you?
Thanks for coming fast.
Obviously better, but the way you guys trash talk Bitcoin to try and make Hex look better, you guys look like jealous ex-girlfriends. My fucking ex,
All right, everybody. Outro.
my new man,
Nice.
my new man is so much better than my old man.
Love you. Bye bye.
Why is Hex better than Bitcoin? Well, first of all, it's the fundamentals of the code. The fundamentals of the code are better than Bitcoin's fundamentals. The inflation model is better than Bitcoin's inflation model. The staking feature is better than a mining feature. It's new tech versus old tech. It's decentralized versus centralized. Yes, all of those things